Thursday, the 29th of June. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And we'll go ahead and let you know who your hosts are for today.
It's your boy Big Moss from the east side of the bridge. 6 foot plus of pure temptation and all that good stuff. Good morning, people.
It is. It's ridiculous. It is your favourite shade queen, my royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. How's everyone doing this lovely Thursday, rainy morning?
It's raining, isn't it?
It is.
God damn.
It's crazy. Can you hear me?
Not
Hello,
great.
Hello.
But,
Gonna sabotage me.
Cool. I suppose you weren't here yesterday, so I probably disconnected your mic.
One of my seats should always be ready for when I'm
This
here.
is terrible.
That's what I think.
You would have known if
Lest
you
I
were
be a main
headphones,
character. Or anything of the sort.
there we go. Can I hear you?
Lovely. You all know it's me. I'm feeling great. How you guys doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm cool. I think I went to bed super early yesterday.
Did you? You didn't catch Love Island then, did you? You did?
I did.
It was dead there.
It was dead, yeah. It was really dry.
One thing I'm happy about though. Sorry, Eamon, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm all right.
One thing I am happy about, because I've been wanting Whitney to just get a crump of Zach. Quite honestly, I'll be honest, if I was in a villa, I'd want just a crump too. So, I'm here. I'm here for this little conversations that we're having.
Yeah, but he don't want her, though.
No, I think that
He would chop her.
that's what I feel that she doesn't want him serious either. She just wants to see what the hype's about. They just want to chop each other. It's a lustful thing.
Like, he would definitely chop her, like,
Oh, 100%.
100%.
100%.
But he's not feeling her, and that's why the conversation looked a bit awkward there, because, like, he's not fully jumping in.
Do you think
like,
that was an awkward conversation?
It was a little bit, yeah, like, it didn't flow like that. It wasn't, I'm telling you, yeah, my professional opinion on watching, yeah, he is definitely attracted to her.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, he's starving, isn't it? You know what I'm trying to say?
Nah, all the boys down for it. Sammy is the worst. Sammy is a horny AF. If they give him one night the hideaway, they're gonna need like 50 cleaners.
Yeah, so because he's starving
Yeah.
and he's attracted to her, and obviously she's attracted to him, so there's flirting, there's
Intensified,
chemistry
yeah,
there, it's
yeah.
intensified. So there's like that little flirtiness, yeah.
Yeah.
But because he knows
Yeah.
he's not on her like that, and
Yeah.
she's cool, yeah, he's not trying to like overdo it,
Yeah,
if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So like he's there, he's being flirty, he's letting her know like, yeah, cool, but it's like an arm's length kind of thing. Like, he's not like jumped in and
Yeah.
it's left it up in the air like, oh yeah, this is a nice conversation, we can have a
Yeah.
it's because he's trying to like stop himself really.
Yeah.
Because he knows.
This is always gonna be.
Yeah, he knows he don't really want.
Do you know what's interesting though? Because from the female perspective, that's what I'm getting from her as well.
Okay.
Doing that's I don't really like you or anything like that, but I want to flirt enough with you so that you know I'm on a physical thing with you. You know how women are sometimes, they just mess up the game plan. But if she's to go with it properly, like that energy is giving sexual chemistry type of
Yeah, there's
sexual attraction.
I think there's a chemistry there. There'll be like a
Sexual
flirty
tension, that's the
chemistry and a tension there. Yeah, but I don't think he'll fully go for it. Like he's not gonna bomb off. But then again,
Katie's not
Molly's
joking.
gone.
Katie's got a man, you know.
Huh?
Katie's got a man.
Is it?
Hella witnesses have come out. Apparently, they see her at the gym all the time with her man. Her neighbours see her all the time with her in the shops, local Tesco's and whatever with her man. That's why she didn't want to lips anybody, because she's taken. It's a business move for her.
They all got man. I told you. I heard Leah's man died 7 months ago.
Died. Is in the relationship died or he's dead? He's dead and gone.
He's
For
gone.
real, under the ground.
6 foot.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Sad.
Allegedly.
That's sad.
I heard from a good source. Someone was like, "Right, she's outside quick." I was like, "What do you mean?"
We want her to be mourning forever.
She's like, "Her man just died." I was like, "You sure?"
Oh, maybe that's why she looks sad all the time. Maybe she's just like a little lamb. It's just like, cheer up a little. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
She's got to. Yeah, but I'm sorry, but how long should I be grieving my man?
Yeah, but Love Island in the same year.
Baby, because you know what's mad? You know how the casting call goes. They're not going to call the casting next year.
You don't know when they call your number.
When they
bro.
call, you got to pick up. When you call, you got to pick up. That's why people will be in relationships, yeah? And they'll break up with a partner and be like, I've got to go Love Island next week. So we've got to break up. When we come back, we can talk about it.
You can't hold your gal back though. If they come in for your
You
girl on
can't.
Love Island, you gotta let her go in it.
I'll be honest, yeah. Okay, well, not now because I'm trying to settle down now. But say pre-settling down days and had a man.
Okay,
I can't lie to you.
say you met a man, yeah,
Yeah.
and you are in. No, it's actually just past talking stage, but it's early. It's been like I don't know, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
Like so, there's something there.
There's something there.
But it's still early enough that it could fizzle like this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Love Island forward for him now.
For him? Why is it got to be for him?
No, because I'm putting you in this situation. That's why.
I thought you were going to tell me, I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm going on a holiday. I'll be back in 6 months.
So if they said Love Island coming for him, firstly, what's your initial reaction? Are you telling him go, or are you telling him you better?
I'll be like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, but is that like a weighted what you want to do?
No, it's not, because I'm very like that. If that's what you want to do, because my thing is, I don't want to say don't go. Then now you're here looking at me like I'm the one who took away your success.
Can I go Love Island and come back to you when I finish?
Yeah.
Even if I'm in there lip syncing and thing. And...
Yeah, people lips.
You don't believe what you're saying.
You know what it is? I just think sometimes...
You're just on entertainment today, innit?
Exactly. Why don't you just let me have a moment?
Alright, sorry. I just looked up.
No, you ain't come back to me. You ain't come back to me. You must be high on crack. You ain't coming back to me. Because you know what's when you said that, yeah, do you know I had a flashback of Mehdi in the challenge kissing everybody. That's impossible. You can't come back to me. But if you wanted to go, I'll let you go though. Like, not I will let you like I'm in control of you, but you can go. That's calm. I'm be one of them girls though. Depends what you're up in there doing. If you're up in there talking about, my last relationship didn't work out. Hey, don't lie on my name. Don't lie on my name.
What if you're moving like, who's? Oh, no, they're all
Molly.
No, they're gone. Well, who's the most like Tyreek? What if he's in there moving like Tyreek? Or no, actually, because that sounds thinks he's more. Who's?
I was gonna say she can have him.
Is there is there a proper relationship in there?
No, not one.
There's not, is there?
Not one. Scott. Scott's quite intentional.
Okay, so if he's in there and you're at home watching him, he's moving like Scott. And in your mind, you understand that this is just a game, innit? Obviously, he's got to play the game, he's got to go through, but he looks like he's intentional, he's doing his thing.
Do you know what the facts are, yeah? I will be, if I really, really like this guy, because 3 months is my mark where I know if I really like somebody or if I'm just here for vibes. So say we pass the 3 months, I'm like, actually, I like this guy, I want to see where it could go. I do like him. He can go on Love Island. I'll definitely be hurt. But my mindset is also this lot of fish in the sea. Do you know what I mean? So I'm that girl who I'm about balance. So I will be crying but hurt that I'm not with you. However, what gets me going is the excitement of the men I haven't even discovered yet. Like, that's a real thing for me. That is a real thing for me. So yeah. Because it might help his career. You never know. And if it's meant to be, he'll come back to me, innit?
Maybe.
With a handbag.
My brother had, it was saying some girl and they wanted her to go on Love Island. Well, she never went on there. I've never seen her. But apparently it was supposed to be.
I've never seen her.
No, I've never seen her. But apparently they forwarded for her, you get me? But he was like hating on her a bit.
What do you mean?
He didn't want her to go in it.
But how long were they together for though? Because if we're in, like, if say like, because talking stage and whatever, that, yeah, because we know, boy, do those go south. But if it's something where I'm your girlfriend now, met your family, whatever, and Love Island call you want to pick up, you are very silly. I'm calling a family meeting.
How though?
Tell your mum.
How though?
Because relationship, you can't go now. You're in a relationship. The whole point of Love Island, yes, for business or whatever.
This could change our trajectory. None of the people on Love Island don't even last anyway. Like it's not even serious. Like there's one or two cases. Like this ain't even serious. So this could change our whole trajectory. You can go.
So if your girl tells you that these words, are you?
I'm a gambling man, boy. She can go.
She can go and she can come back to you.
Yeah.
After lips and all those men.
Yeah, just as long as she comes back, because that's a risk you're gonna take, innit? She might go out into the stratosphere and not come back. She might.
That's the thing.
She might find something better. She might level up. She might. Everything might change. You know what I'm trying to say? But if you went out there and became bloody Ekinsu and then doubled back for me, then we're straight in it.
Yeah.
That's
because it really is a business move, to be fair.
You gotta be. I'm a gambling man. I'll take the risk.
I think if you
I know that it comes with risk, but I'll take it.
Yeah. I feel like if my man was like a, what was it? Oloni called him that. I don't know. Use that. A low level entertainer or something. If I know you're trying to make an industry, right, and I know this is what this is what's going to help put you on the map, go. But I think I'm realistic in understanding that you might not come back.
No, it's it's a bigger risk for men.
It's a bigger risk for women.
I think it's a bigger risk for the women. I think there's more chance of the woman coming back than the
Yeah,
man.
because emotions, all that kind of crap. But with men,
Yeah, you can't show a man his best self and
and
think he's
then he'll come
coming back
back.
for you.
Do you know what, man? I'll make him sign a contract. If you gotta give me some money. I'm sorry, I'm not. What? You gotta give me something. I'm not supporting your stupid ass career, and then you F off, and then now I'm here. Nah.
But couldn't that happen just in regular life though?
Bear man do that.
Yeah, but in regular life though. But this is not regular life now. You ain't got regular money now. Do you know what I mean? Regular life, yeah. I've endured worse for less. But if this is what we're talking about, there needs to be some kind of perks. Do you know what I mean? But I would just say, do you know what? Go forth and don't badmouth me. Don't start doing some sob story about my last girlfriend. Hey, I will go on TikTok with a green screen and I will give all the tea. Don't you dare. But go and do what you did. Like what Mehdi said to Whitney. Think about, put yourself first. If he's meant to come back, he'll come back. Plus, to be fair, I do believe that you level up anyway. So if I'm with a guy if my ex was a winner of Love Island, hello. Where's the rapper? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got to level up in what I'm with next.
True.
It'd be interesting then. But the kind of men that I date, they ain't let me go on Love Island. That's not even let. I'll be so shy for myself to have that conversation. Nah, I ain't going nowhere. If I go, just never come back. No, you can never come back.
You could do it, man, because everybody does it every season. Like every season, someone's on Love Island. That's someone's thing. Like there's someone like Ella's sitting down there with Tyreek now. There's a man somewhere saying like, that's my thing. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like that's my John or my things on Love Island.
There's definitely girls as well with Tyreek.
Huh?
Hella girls.
Oh yeah, bare with Tyreek's things are watching him.
There's messages. There was girls waiting for a reply.
All the
And he
Tyreek's
flew
things.
to Marbella or wherever they were.
All these Tyreek's tweeting bare shade. Like, Ella thinks.
She don't even. Good luck to her. Good luck to you, sis.
Good luck to you, sis. You get what I'm trying to say?
Shut up. No one wants your luck, miserable girl. Girls love that one. Good luck to you. He wasn't right with me. But I might be the one he's right with. Shut up. You and me are not the same people. I hate when girls say that. I hate it so much. Well, he treated me this way. Watch. No, I'm not watching. My story is different to yours.
Facts.
It's different over here. It's ridiculous. But no, yeah. That's interesting, man. That would be interesting. I have another one of these scenarios for you guys when we get into the word on red.
Cool.
But, so, question of the day. If reincarnation was real, how would you change how you live this life? Ooh.
Huh?
If reincarnation was real, how would you change how you live this life?
Right,
Actually, my
depending
degree.
on how you live, to decide what you come back as or something.
Yeah, that's what they say.
But you can control that. So you can control...
You can control what you come back
Okay,
as.
you never come back as a human being. You won't come back as like an ant or a butterfly.
That's not the question.
All right, take us there.
So basically, I listened to a podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
So this is you know bad.
No, I put in some details for bad to
Oh,
give you
okay,
a question.
Okay.
I listened to the podcast yesterday, and it was Andrew Schultz and a guy called. Let me just check my Spotify. It's a brilliant conversation. A guy called.
Amazon delivery guys on his Zoom, boy. Delivered a package at 8:30 in the morning.
His name
Must be my neighbor.
is Graham Hancock. Right? Graham Hancock. This guy is a very knowledgeable guy.
Okay.
And he was talking about all these particular conspiracy theories, right?
Yeah.
And he said that this wasn't a conspiracy theory, by the way. There was a study done, and there were certain children interviewed in this study, and they could basically pinpoint detail, relay information about their previous life. One even found something that he hid in a house, I think 200 miles from where he currently lived.
That's lit.
Sorry, say this again. Sorry.
I'm not repeating myself.
There's kids who basically have been in this life before.
He found.
But
What do you mean he found something?
He
found
hid something in his past
In his
life,
previous life.
and he found it. That's lit.
All right, cool. But this is not just something that like I just made up, right? This whole
It's a true
reincarnation
story.
Stuff, like people believe in this kind of stuff, right?
But this is a true story though. With kids.
This is a true story. I don't
Well,
know
they
if
say
it's
it's a
true
true
or not. They say it's true.
Yeah.
It's a study that they did, right? But anyway, so I am thinking, if reincarnation is real, if you have been told and you know for a fact that this life here, you can get a do-over, how are you living this life? Because with Christianity, this doesn't exist. You only have one go around. And everything that we've done is governed by what God has told us. I said that with too much bass in my voice. Sorry,
Yeah, it was a lot.
sorry, Jesus. Sorry.
Yeah, it sounded like you doubted.
Sorry.
Damn.
Sorry.
Don't make them make a note.
Sorry. So if you find out it's real, how are you moving from here on in?
As in this life.
100%.
What kind of interpretation is that to the question?
But that's the question. If you find out it's real, your entire world changes.
So basically, almost like.
We did say it's this life. Sorry, it's me.
Yes.
I don't think mine does.
So you wouldn't do anything that will kind of prepare you for your next life?
Everything I'm doing is preparing me for the next life.
Period.
No, but that's preparing you for life.
Stop. You're doing it. You're doing it wrong again. You're doing it wrong again. You know.
Okay, you know what?
you're
You
not
answer
going to-
first.
You're not going to remember in this manner. You don't. Your consciousness doesn't just carry over. I'm talking about your understanding of what is true today.
Oh, so you're
should
saying
be rattled.
what? How are we gonna sin different?
Is that the first thing that comes to your mind?
Nope. I'm
Why
going
am
where
I?
you're
Why am I keeping myself from this, that, and the next?
Why am I
Why am I being
celibate?
so prudish?
I don't know, because I do whatever the hell I want anyway, so what's going to change? I'm still just going to do more what
Do
I
you mean?
want.
So basically, freedom would be even more of what you're doing currently because there's no repercussions after you die.
We don't know yet. I don't think about what's going to happen after I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
No, I believe you. I actually believe you.
Yeah, so it's the same. It's going to be the same shit for me.
So why do you do good currently?
Because I got a good bone in my body. Why not?
Give that good bone to anybody else? Sorry, I have to apologize.
Kind of saved me.
Emmanuel?
Well, why do I do good? Or what?
No.
Oh, I don't think I would change anything, you know.
I definitely would.
What would you change?
Because I've been lied to.
So you'll be
I feel
more.
like this is
You'll be more. You'll be less. You'll be more of a
menace.
menace. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
I would do everything that you told my mind that comes to it without any fear.
I'll be honest, that's a dangerous world. If
It
you
could
get
be a
to
free
think
world.
things and do whatever you want to do, ain't no telling where we'll be recording TDA from. On the daily.
So what? Would you say there's a bunch of things you would now try and do overnight that you didn't do, like?
But I am not moving with fear of pending repercussion. No, why would I? If it is that I have to question everything now. I have to question everything. Is God even real? But this is the first thing that God of obviously our faith,
Yes.
because our faith doesn't teach us that reincarnation exists.
This is it.
So we are held by this. We have to make sure and be the greatest people, do
Yeah.
the greatest things in this life because we prepare
Maybe
for
you
what
just had the
happens
wrong one.
afterwards.
Ain't Hinduism got reincarnation and all that?
Well, that's like butterflies.
I'm not a Hindu.
Exactly. So I'm saying maybe it's not real. You just had the wrong one, innit? Because they talk about reincarnation, so it wasn't like the whole God's just not real. You just
Or
subscribed
you're
to the-
saying I should basically go over and be a Hindu and then basically follow their
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
principles and whatnot.
you just subscribe to the wrong one, innit?
No, I like the scenario where
Hinduism
there's...
probably still talks about being good. Cause
Yeah,
come
you have
out
to be
as a
good.
frog.
Otherwise, you come as a
Yeah.
as that cockroach you killed in Mexico.
Crap, I thought I was going to escape religion. Never mind. Never mind.
So it's basically there's no religion enough. I think I would just live because again, not that I'm held back because again, obviously God's laws and stuff is really for my good. I benefit from them more than I don't. Do you get what I mean? So if it was a thing where nothing was real and it's just life and you just come back again, I just do as I please, wouldn't I? I'd be on Love Island at the moment. I wouldn't be here.
But why would
Ass
why,
out.
So, but why does that allow you to just be free? Like, are you not conscious of what you may come back as, or you don't care, or is basically in your question what you come back as kind of just random anyway, and not really dependent on
How you live.
the life you lived?
I think you thought that far.
Anyway, I suggest you guys.
Said anyway.
I suggest no, because I don't want to spend time doing this because I know we have a guest coming. I suggest y'all listen to that particular. Not y'all. Mark might find it interesting, but I would probably want you to play the YouTube video and background whilst you're doing what you're doing.
I want to listen to that.
Very,
Actually.
very interesting, and it goes into all these different conspiracy theories and whatnot. He's a very, very intelligent man, and he's done a whole set of DMT and this and next. And he's even bridging the gap between our understanding of what different planes of existence and different entities actually is on this particular DMT thing. You get me? So he's saying he mentioned quite a few different inventions that have only come about through these inventors being on DMT or LSD.
Okay.
Apparently that broke down their inhibitor. You know how when it is that we are in this particular level of sane consciousness, like lucid consciousness, we're all about problem solving.
Yeah.
So it's up to us now how we jump over this particular wall or break through this particular wall. But when it is that we're on DMT, that type of structure of analysis and problem solving is just removed, and we are left to basically start using the parts of our brain that we don't have any connection to whatsoever, or we've forgotten how to connect to. So we are interacting with a different type of consciousness, but they're still obviously within us.
So what, and they show you how to tap
No,
into it?
It's not a manual. Like, so you're not gonna listen to it and be like, okay, I'll try this. That's not what's happening.
Okay.
But he basically just he said what he did, and he said what other people did, and how through doing that these things were made, right?
Okay,
and one was the PCR test. You know, the whole DNA crap.
Yeah.
That was discovered on LSD, and that changed everything.
Messed it up for these dads and thing.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest drawback. But anyway, I think you guys should listen to it. Like,
I will,
it's
actually.
really, really, really good.
What's it called again? Let people know.
So it was Flagrant 2's latest episode, and guest was Jonathan.
I think it's Graham Hancock.
Sorry, Graham Hancock. Yes, Graham
Let me
Hancock.
see this guy.
It's called Flagrant 2s.
Flagrant.
2.
Oh, Flagrant
This
2.
guy.
Yes, you've probably seen him on.
Ain't
YouTube.
he the guy that is like a pseudo scientist, man? A lot of people believe his stuff is pseudo.
Who's a lot of people?
Like loads of people in the world. You know the same people that
It's
feel
not-
like
and
I can't find this.
on October the 29th or the 24th, he's going to be debating another intellectual guy on Joe Rogan's podcast.
okay, and that one is more has had like maybe papers as peer tested, peer reviewed and stuff.
I'm not sure you're speaking with knowledge of this guy. I think you're
you're
just parroting what you think
No.
other people are saying.
When I
Because
saw this guy's
he
face,
himself,
I know him. I've heard his stuff.
Yeah, listen
So I
carefully.
put him in the same category as
You can't do that. You
Is
can't
this
do
the
that.
logo?
No, that's not it.
Is it the guy from with Charlemagne?
Yeah, Andy Schultz.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, he's a funny
Spicy white.
comedian.
I'm joking. No, it's not.
You can't do that. Where have you seen
Oh yeah.
this
This.
guy?
I think
trying-
I may have seen. It's not necessarily about crap. It's more so.
No, but you've placed him in a pot of crap.
No. Just stuff that can't fully be substantiated.
All right.
Not crap.
You know how many
That's not
people
fair.
put Joe Rogan in that pot, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't live
You know how
there.
many people put Jordan Peterson in that pot?
No, but
Oh,
he,
no,
but,
you're
but
saying
no,
no
but
because-
they don't live there. Like those like Jordan Peterson is somebody who went to uni, right?
This guy also went to uni.
No, wait, I'm getting there. Went to uni, right? Got particular degrees, whatever. Was teaching it in uni and all that type of stuff, right?
Yes.
And has gone through certain things that's kind of considered like,
He's an educator.
yeah,
Officially.
yeah.
Yes.
But
He's credited.
Exactly.
This guy
right?
is also credited.
Wait, but it's also, there's certain guys, right? I'm trying to find the word. There's more like an orthodox, something in line with the consensus, right?
Yes.
This guy,
Yes.
a lot of his stuff isn't. And I'm not saying that makes him crap.
Yes.
But a lot of his stuff has been deemed as pseudo.
Okay, so one of the things you might be talking about is
Yeah.
him saying the ancient Egyptians built on a foundation that was already built by the ancients, right? So when you start saying ancients, you automatically get put in a particular box.
Yeah.
Do you believe that ancients existed?
How far back?
I'm
Ancients, of course, 100%.
because you're just deeming it as ancient humans.
No, but I need to know what you're talking about. If you're talking about
He's talking about
what?
if this guy is saying that he takes DMT, he's gone to Burning Man, he's seen entities, you know the type of box people are going to put him in, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because even if I tell you I've taken it, you're going to
Yeah.
put me in a quack box, aren't you?
No, but not entirely. Because I feel like, I think I told you about this one time. I was minding my business many moons ago, and I saw someone on YouTube, one Chinese guy, maybe about 19, 20. And this guy was talking about his experience on DMT. This guy started crying, talking about the entities he saw.
Why are you laughing? I don't understand.
No reason.
Wait, no. I need y'all to deep it. This is not fake stuff, you know.
No, I'm just.
This DMT stuff is not fake
I
stuff.
don't think it's fake
What are you doing,
either.
man?
I'm putting this on my story.
You-
Your face ain't on there, bro. Don't
I
worry.
hope my face is not on there.
It's not.
All right.
No, but you know what the thing is though, with the DMT thing, right? I don't think it's fake at all. But the thing is it something where
When
you're
you say you don't think it's fake, do you think that there is legitimacy to what people see?
yes. So
Do you think it's just hallucinating?
so this is what I don't know. So what I'm saying is, I don't know if your brain is now making you visualize certain things, or now you're tapping into a different realm where you can see things that's always around you. I don't know.
All right, so this guy,
But because
this
it can't be substantiated,
this pseudo mother effing scientist, right?
Yeah.
He said, I think the first or second time he took it,
Mm-hmm.
right? The feeling he got, the intention he got was, you are an angry man. This entity is making him feel this, right?
Okay.
It's conveying this to him. You're an angry man, and the way you talk to your wife is not good. It doesn't make you a good human being, and you need to address that.
Illuminati, feminism. Sorry.
Anyway, I just like interesting conversations, right? This conversation was very interesting. You know, Andrew Schultz likes to get these types of people because he goes down rabbit holes all the time.
Yeah.
And he's also an educated guy. He reads up on stuff outside of him just doing comedy. Like he's very, very intelligent. And this guy is one of his his professors, his heroes, right? So you can tell how giddy he was sitting down with him, just looking to sift through his mind. And this guy was just tack sharp. Now he obviously said a few things that he said. Once you say this, people are gonna say da. So this whole pseudoscientist mumbo jumbo, it's like that next guy who, what a guy who during COVID he was there saying, "Oh, it's 5G and this and next." This white guy, you know him because you told me about him, and he's always on these alien documentaries and whatnot. He's a British guy. He's always chatting conspiracy theories and this and next.
David Icke.
That guy.
Yeah.
What do you rate him?
As what? As what? No.
Because when you talk to me about him, you like, yeah, I respect what he's saying.
No, but
he's
this
a
is
lot
the
of people think he's a crackpot.
This is why I'm not rubbishing him. But when I saw the picture, I was like, okay, I know this guy. He's the guy deemed the pseudo. David
you like
Icke is
David Icke?
definitely pseudo.
But
You know what I'm saying?
Do you listen to anything he's saying?
Yeah, I enjoy it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy this
But
guy.
this guy
Yeah.
is equally as or more enjoyable because he doesn't come across as far out there as David Icke comes across.
So he won't talk about reptilians.
I didn't hear him talk about reptilians
Because
there.
because I think the last thing I saw from this guy was a clip of him. Was it a clip or maybe I think the beginning first episode of a documentary series. I'm not too sure if he's got one out, something like that.
On Netflix, he just had a thing on Netflix just now.
I think that's maybe what
Okay.
the last thing I saw, and he was talking about that whole ancient civilization,
Yes.
that type of stuff.
And his level of detail and like recollecting all of these particular packages of information in his head is uncanny. I'm not suggesting that is tantamount to him actually being legit. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
But he talks a lot about how the pyramids kind of line up in
do.
that particular way,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
this purpose for this pyramid wasn't this particular thing. The level of math in which he just reels off. And he has all of his peers, all of them are like peer excited, and they've written this, that, and the next. And so he's in good company, but I'm not suggesting, because he's been banned from Egypt. Because he wanted to climb the pyramids again, because he did it the first time and he paid off people. But this is all in the flipping thing. I don't want to give it away. People don't actually want to do it. But he's banned because he has obviously questioned the legitimacy of the claims that the Egyptian government are saying regarding the pyramids and the history of the Egyptians, or the ancient Egyptians' influence or responsibility for actually creating the pyramids. And obviously they don't like that because they have their set culture, they have the entire tourism thing is intertwined with what they're saying is the truth, right? And he's there questioning that, so they kicked him out. So he's not allowed to go back there. And he also said in September, the London College, is it King's College? It could be King's College. And another university in America, in Colorado, they're going to be doing like trials of a sustained DMT ingestion, right? Sustained for more than just like for half of a day. And they want to see if everybody's experiences align. Crazy.
All right.
Crazy.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
It's a fantastic conversation. When you guys get the chance, I think you guys should check it out.
The thing is, yeah, what I do like about them type of things, right, is people like him who like do have degrees though. When people don't have degrees, and I'm not trying to say degrees are everything in the world, right? But when people don't have degrees and don't necessarily have not been in certain circles where they can joyce with other people who've got degrees as well.
Yeah.
It's like you just accept anything. There's no sources, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
But at least when people like this, you've got them type of things decide.
100%, 100%. I heard that Dr. Umar hasn't married any of his baby mamas.
He's got baby mums.
Yeah, he's got 2.
Isn't
I
that?
don't know.
How does that help the black community? I thought it was going to
This
help
is
the
what I'm
black
saying.
community.
This is what I'm saying. How?
He's got wives though, innit?
No. Okay, well, he hasn't married any of his baby mamas.
It's one of those ones where they do
that's the thing
traditional
I said.
wedding and they say that you're a wife now, because ladies, that's a scam.
And the baby mums, his wives.
No.
No, because the women calling them baby mums, we're calling them wives.
No, but that
Precisely.
might be what people are calling them.
Nah, man.
No,
they
this
would
is
know their
legit.
wives.
How is it
This-
legit? In what way?
So them women that he married the other day,
What were they?
They're not the
when I
mothers
say
of
the
his
other day,
children.
that could be up to
They're not the
10,
mothers
now
of
10,
his
10 years
years.
ago.
So he married someone's people that were different to those who gave
Yeah,
him
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So how's he helping then?
Exactly.
Don't look at me. I'm not the
need to get
advocate
E-Man.
for him. He's the promoter of him.
Yeah, so how's he
You're
helping
his
you,
advocate.
man?
Who? Dr. Umar?
You. Yes.
No, but I don't know this to be true though. So
No, that's
I
interesting that you don't know this part to be true.
I don't know though. I don't know if it's
If you
true.
could do some research and come back with some receipts for us, that'd be great.
When you
Alright.
get into them Dr. Umar positions, it's hard, man, because when you're doing all that stuff, the standards you set for yourself is so high.
That's the thing. You
it's-
can't
it's-
fall
It's
off.
hard to maintain. You know what I'm trying to say?
He said for
But he said
himself.
set for
That's what I
himself.
said, yeah.
No,
Standard-
I'm just repeating it.
So it shouldn't be that hard to maintain because you did this.
Yeah, but I think sometimes they don't think it through, man.
He definitely didn't. But that's the thing. That's probably when you're too loud.
Mm.
You're so loud now that we don't want to hear anything else. That would be so interesting. You guys are going to look up. I'm going to look it up and I'll let you guys know.
I think
Because
it's
that
just
would be
like
wild.
his big. You know what it is, yeah. Because obviously that pressure is walking around. He's obviously, well, allegedly, he's not doing right by the baby mums. You get me? So he's already poking holes in his theory and stuff like that. Obviously, the scandal when he was talking to the woman in
The coffee shop.
in the coffee
candle shop.
Yeah, wherever it was, and they're trying to come from him. It's just a lot of pressure. You get what I'm trying to say? That I think we need to just. I think, yeah. I don't think he can. I don't think he's gonna go through his whole career without getting a like snow bunny allegation.
You think so?
Yeah,
But then,
'cause I
but
think-
is it going to be like an empty allegation, a false allegation, or he did that shit?
no, like a real, like he did that shit.
That's not an allegation.
That's what I mean, though. But I'm saying, I
Reality.
think it's just like the pressure's too much. Like,
I'll be honest. If he ever did that, he should be deplatformed.
I don't think he will.
That's what I'm saying. So if he ever does, he needs to be deplatformed.
I don't think he will succumb to
that
I don't even
temptation.
think that's one of his vices. I don't think he will succumb to that. It's like saying Emmanuel's gonna succumb to that. I don't see that happening.
no, but it's like
That
taboo,
was just
though.
in his past.
No, but it's like taboo, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if he goes through anything, even can use E-Man as
Oh, it's
an
the forbidden
example,
apple.
the forbidden fruit in it. So
Okay.
if E-Man goes through anything and he gets in his taboo bag,
Yeah.
and like like that self-hate, and you just want like you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you,
And you're trying to do something you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
That's
He's throwing away the keys for those doors, though.
oh,
No, but I
He
don't
doesn't know
put
how to
any-
access those doors in his head.
Oh,
That he would never enter there ever.
I see Dr. Umar doing it. And I hate to say it.
I don't think so, you know.
I see you doing too.
for that.
I just,
I see you do it too.
I just don't put it past anybody. Because again, when you do the whole like this is how I am and I'm this and that and like
Yeah.
this is what I stand for, whatever, you're making a lot of noise publicly. The life you live privately, as I'm going to tell you guys later, is different. And people
does
live
protest too
so differently. And I feel like the reason why a lot of people are loud publicly is to compensate for what they know they're doing behind closed doors. So it wouldn't even cross your mind that they could possibly be doing this.
Yeah.
I don't see that. It's not far-fetched to me. But then human beings are not surprising to me anymore. So. People really preach one thing and then they're living the other. It's crazy, man.
What happened there?
Nothing. We didn't say nothing about you. Why are you getting nervous? What?
Okay.
So I'm saying,
Man, looked
what
up.
you're looking at.
Man said, you know why he's sick? Looking here.
Suspicious.
Esther said people really be saying one thing and be living another. He looked up at me. What? What you saying?
What you say about me?
What you say about me? I said, what? E-Man is sick.
You look like a deer in the headlights. That was ridiculous. You need to clip that. That was a good. I want that as a gift. That's a good meme. It's crazy,
too
man.
funny.
But all right, let's get into headlines.
I've experienced a DMT thing when I was sick as a kid. I passed out and saw the gestures that everyone on DMT claimed to see. Something definitely a guan with all that.
Who's that?
Somebody in the chat.
There's a man in my church as well who
He's a
never mind.
he's a jester. What? What did he do?
Nothing. Let's get into headlines.
Okay.
Ciao.
All right. So, first headline. So, you remember the whole situation with the submersible?
Oh, that made me really sad, you know. Like, because obviously I was away during that time, but I followed the story. It made me really, really sad, especially that young boy,
Oh, yeah.
and it being confirmed that he actually didn't want to go.
Crazy, isn't it?
I literally said to my mum, I said, I hope people can like confront people up there. I'm slapping the shit out of my dad. You got me in this position because of Father's Day.
Yeah,
Now we're never going to celebrate another Father's Day because the guy actually expressed that he was terrified of going. It's horrible, man. Listen to your kids, man. But
You know,
anyway.
apparently, it's funny you say that, though. There was another guy who just about missed it as well.
Ooh.
That was meant to go with his son. And his son's friend was actually one of those people who kind of looks into these type of things, innit?
Yeah.
And was telling him, yo, this ain't safe, you know?
Really?
And kept telling him. And he kept obviously passing that information
To
on
his
to
dad.
his dad. His dad was like, don't worry, it's safe, da, da, da. But obviously his dad was communicating with the CEO.
Yeah.
The CEO was trying to assure him. But the boy was so against it from all the information he was getting from his friend that eventually
That was
the dad
out.
just had to make the guy an excuse like, look, you don't do this one, I'll come on the next one.
That friend, yeah, you got to put him in your will. Because they're clearly rich. You got to break him off a piece or something.
It's crazy.
It's one of those things where it's like when you don't go, it's like, wow. You actually you basically been given new life.
100%.
Another chance at life. Very sad story, man.
Very sad. But basically, the US Coast Guard, who's dealing with this whole situation, basically come out and said, trigger warning there, guys, that presumed human remains have been found.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man, within the wreckage of the Titan submersible. So pieces from the sub, which imploded on a deep dive to the Titanic, were unloaded in St. John's, Canada on Wednesday.
Wait, they found the wreckage now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
found
found a
pieces
piece of
of
it.
it. Yeah. So yeah, man, officials say that the sub's landing frame and a rear cover were found amongst the debris.
Now they find it.
Don't get me started on that.
US medical professionals will conduct a formal analysis of presumed remains, is what the Coast Guard is saying. Basically, the agency is in the early stages of an investigation into the causes of the disaster. The Coast Guard's Marine Board of Investigations, MBI, will transport the evidence to a US port for further analysis and testing. NBI chair, Captain Jason Neubauer, said in a statement that there was still a substantial amount of work to be done to understand the factors that led to the catastrophic loss of the Titan and help ensure a similar tragedy does not occur again. For those who don't know, all 5 people on board, the vessel died on the 18th of June after it imploded about 90 minutes into a dive. This is from early.
Yeah.
Yeah. To view the famous 1912 shipwreck, which sits at a depth of 3,800 meters in the North Atlantic.
Sorry, so how were they able to know when they died? If it was just 1 hour and 90 minutes into it?
There was 90 minutes into it, but because they lost communication. So essentially, when they lost communication is when they believe that that's when the implosion
Imploded.
happened.
Okay, so all of them days in which is it they were saying that they
No, they were gone.
Yeah.
They were gone from day one.
I was telling you like that.
Doing?
I was telling you like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you broke it here first. Cool, thanks.
but you know what it is, personally, I feel like they kind of knew they were gone,
Think so?
but I feel like certain things you just can't announce it straight away.
Yeah, but you
Some
said
people-
that you heard knocking.
That was
Yeah,
all
they
lies,
said they
though.
heard sounds. Yeah.
They said they heard sounds, but because basically I was listening, I think it was on the news or something like that. But apparently there was some marine or something like that. They'd actually heard like a sound. But then after now, is now they've come to realize that the sound they heard was actually with the implosion.
Exactly.
But at the time, they just thought it was a sound. But then I also don't know how much clearance goes into, like, is anyone just allowed in the water? Do they let certain people know they're going to the water? So if you hear a sound, you're not going to know.
Yeah.
But I guess if you knew that there was a submarine going for this trip and you hear a sound, you think, oh, aren't there many people? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that's probably why as well they didn't know that they were gone. But when you hear that, it's wild because everyone was doing the whole oxygen countdown whole time. They didn't need all of that.
This knocking I was talking about, they were saying it was within 30-minute intervals. So it wasn't the implosion sound that you guys are talking about.
Because you know what it is about the knocking thing? Because I thought that was, but I don't know, because I've also seen videos of them trying to play that sound, but I've also seen some sources saying that is fake. So this knocking thing, I don't know where that came from. Because how could they? Because it really, how could you really knock in a submarine and they can hear outside? It's not a thin door.
No, you can. Yeah, you can hear knocking.
Yeah, but if they lost communication with them
No, in a sub, you can actually knock on the hull.
and you hear
And
outside,
you hear it. They pick up. They have sensors.
okay,
Yeah. Sonar and that.
okay, it's mad. It's very sad, you know. It's very, very sad state of affairs.
It is, man. Well, next headline, and final proposals for redrawing the UK's electoral map have been published. This is paving the way for new boundaries to be used in the next general election. The independent commissions of all 4 UK nations have spent 2.5 years reshaping some constituencies to try to ensure seats contain similar numbers of voters, reflecting the changes in the population. So their recommendations are due to be approved without a vote by the MPs. The changes will have a big impact on MPs whose constituencies are significantly redrawn or disappear altogether. It's the point of the headline. So the Defence Secretary Ben Wallace will lose his seat as the MP for Wyre and Preston North. It is to be abolished and absorbed into 3 neighbouring Lancashire constituencies, leaving him having to find a new constituency. So Mr. Wallace has been tipped as a contender to be NATO's new Secretary General, but again, we spoke about this, I think, earlier this week, where he said he's not interested and he ruled himself out. And the last headline, trigger warning here, it's an update of a headline we spoke about yesterday or 2 days ago about the allegations about this new guy, or this guy who's trying to run for Mayor of London. So Daniel Korski has officially pulled out of the race to become the Tory candidate in the London mayoral contest next year following a groping allegation. The TV producer, Daisy Goodwin, said that Korski touched her breasts in a meeting in Downing Street 10 years ago when he was working as a government special advisor. Korski said, obviously, he categorically denies allegations. The government has come under pressure to launch a probe after family's minister, Claire Coutinho, told Sky News on Wednesday morning that the matter should be investigated swiftly, adding that she had to pause her support for Korski's campaign. The Prime Minister's press secretary said the allegations were very serious. Downing Street also added that such claims should be dealt with by the appropriate authorities and taken seriously, but they declined to be drawn on the specific case.
If he didn't do it, then why is he resigning?
I don't know. He probably got advice from people, or like you said, he feels like I did it. So
It feels like.
Well, he remembers now.
I
innit?
might have done it. I can't remember. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I guess if he fights it and he knows he did it, it could be a lot worse.
It definitely be worse.
You know what I mean?
100% could be worse.
So
You got to bow out quickly.
just sit out of it, man. But yeah, man, the way it's looking like Sadiq can't get another term. You know, it's a damn shame.
That guy gets my damn nose.
But yeah, but anyway, that's it for the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into our what you saying topic of the day.
So yesterday we said we was gonna give away some tickets for our party on the weekend. You get me? Because we out all night. One of our lovely what's the word we're gonna use?
Supporters.
One of the lovely supporters of the show bought some tickets. Wanted to give them away for the guys
Oh, that's good.
anonymously. But you're big up yourself. We
That's actually
appreciate
lit.
it. So we've got 3 tickets to give away, and the way we're gonna give them away is throughout the show. I'm gonna read out some quotes and man them. Today's just man them. Tomorrow we'll sort it together. Then. Today, man them. Call up.
PR is not good.
No, because we needed to balance the books. You get me? So we're trying to get more
fair,
men there.
fair,
You get me?
fair.
I'm gonna read out a quote. Yeah, and then you have to call up and tell me who the quote was from, and you can receive your ticket. You get what I'm saying? So, our first quote is. Oh, our first quote is, power is not given to you. You have to take it. Who said that? At any point, phone in, let us know, and we'll sort your
Got the
ticket out for
ticket.
you.
And they got to call in, innit?
Yeah, you gotta call in.
You can't be typing it in.
Don't be typing, phone.
So don't be typing.
It says, power is not given to you. You have to take it. Let me know who said that. All right, cool. Let's go.
All right, so today's topic of the day, I tend to say this a lot, yeah.
Don't say it.
Okay. I'm telling you this is
It's trigger warning. Don't say it.
But this one, yeah, I kind of want to look at how we kind of see people's jobs, right? And if they fail in their job, what the repercussions should be. And this is based off a situation, trigger warning actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
damn.
there was a shooting in America,
Yeah.
in Florida. And basically, it's looking like the sheriff is going to be on trial, right? And it's not because he obviously shot any of the children in the school or anything, right? But they're saying basically he's guilty of 11 counts that include felony, child neglect, and culpable negligence. Basically, they expected him to run in the building and actually use his gun, kill the killer, and help the kids. But he chose to stay outside.
Is that safe though? Is
this-
that
this-
a protocol?
In this situation, they're basically saying, look, we can't continue like this where police come and just stay outside.
Yeah, but
Because,
so
you
if
know what I
police there's videos that I've seen in the past.
Yes.
There's police that's outside trying to control the crowd. Then there's the ones with like the boots, the strapped up, the shields. A little sheriff with his little gun ain't doing nothing to a killer. Or is it a town where they don't have the boots on ground type of police?
Maybe, I'm not too sure. Probably.
Because in my
Let's
mind,
assume that.
Because in my mind, there's police that's out on the field, then there's police that's not out on the field. Do you get what I mean? Because really and truly, some police, when they get injured on the field, Brooklyn Nine-Nine taught me this, great show. When there's police that's, injured or whatever out on the field or whatever the case may be, you have to take time out and you have to get signed off by your, what are those working therapists called? Starts with O. Occupational therapist. That's it. Oh, no. Working therapist. Gosh. Occupational therapist. Do you get me? You have to sign off to be able to go back on the field. Do you get what I mean? So I hear it, but I also don't feel like that's all the way fair.
Off the top of my head, I feel like similar to you. But at the same time, aren't you there signing up for this type of thing?
Yeah, but he's human at the end of the day, though.
Okay, watch this. Let's use that same thing. It might not be the best example, right? But let's use that same idea for those people who protect the president. They're meant to jump in front of the president and take bullets.
But that's different, though.
But why is it
I
different?
don't expect a white boy whose mum didn't love him to come and shoot up a primary school with nursery kids in there. But the president is the president, and I expect, especially if you're security to the Nigerian president, there's always a target on their back. Do you get what I mean? So, like, a president is different. One-on-one is different. If you're Kevin Hart's bodyguard,
Okay.
and someone tries to rush Kevin Hart, it's a one-on-one situation.
Yes, it's 1-on-1.
I
but
think it is different, to be honest. I think that I swear police are kind of told not to put their lives in danger.
Something like that. You got to act critically.
And
I don't
wait
think they
till
just
you
jump
have
in.
backup before you go
Yeah.
in. This, that, and the next.
Yeah, because otherwise
And
it's
with
dangerous.
The people who look to protect the president, they're told
Go.
you need to give your life
Yeah.
to save this life.
yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
No, I think basically you're 100% correct here about what it is currently.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is, and I'll read this right, it says, police officers, like you just said, are not legally obligated to sacrifice their lives in the job, right? But these reoccurring tragedies frequently place law enforcement in a position of having to defend students and engage directly with armed assailants, right?
Yeah.
So they're basically saying, in a situation where, should it be a thing where we change this though? Because these police officers
Yes.
have got guns. You got guns for a reason, right? And you're there to protect the students. Otherwise, what
I think they should change it. I don't think it's fair to have had something a certain way. Then because the numbers of crimes have risen now, you want to change it, but then you want to use sending me to jail to pass that law. No, I think they should change it now though. I think especially, I mean, it should have been changed to be fair, with the number of mass shootings and stuff that happens over there. I think it should be one of those things where you understand there could be a mass shooting, and in the event that this is the case, you are expected to do that. Because really and truly, like even when we've seen like one-on-one situations, as in like police stops one person that's in their car and whatever, they always have to call for backup and stuff. And if something goes wrong, it's like, oh yeah, he didn't call for backup. He should have called for backup. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like they should let them know that in the event of a mass shooting, you need to. This is what's expected of you.
Okay. It's a bit of a separate question, yeah. But do you feel like they should maybe train up a different type of police?
No, because some of them are on it.
Okay.
Some of them already now. I was going to talk about training as well. Actually, yeah. I think definitely train, but some people now will already be on that.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? And so you train them up. I think you should train everybody because you never know. It might be the police station that someone comes to do a mass shooting in. I think everyone should be trained anyway.
Good point.
But the expectation should just be on there. I don't know how they will do it because I guess some people, like the officer who stood outside, wouldn't be on doing that. So maybe then you're not because for the most part as well, I feel like I can imagine like there's like peer pressure in the police force where you don't want to be the weak one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a shame you can't stand up for yourself. But if you feel pressured into saying, yeah, I can be a boots on ground type of guy, then yeah. But I do think there needs to be training for it though, because again, at the end of the day, people do whatever their job is and stuff like that. And people talk about instincts when it comes to danger, but everyone's instincts acts differently. There's someone who will see a kid drowning and will just jump in. There's someone who will see a kid drowning and stop.
Call police.
I remember they can't swim, someone like me. I remember, and then call the police. Do you get what I mean? Like people do different things. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like there has to be that for them because those reactions, you can't exactly control it. You don't know what you're going to do until you're in that position, in that situation.
Do you feel like then, this may be harsh, but do you feel like if you're unsure, don't take the job then?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we don't have time to be in an emergency and figure out how it is that you react to things. Or what they could do though, which is I guess they do with the army lot, train them to beat that natural instinct. Because the army guys, you can't be scared of them in the army. What do you think this is?
Yeah, for real.
They just go. All they hear, do you mean they're trained? They have sick, rigorous training where they just go, regardless of the situation, regardless of who's at risk. Do you know what I mean they go? So maybe that's what they need to do with the police guys as well.
All right, good points.
I should be mayor.
I want to come back to you about that point you made about if somebody came into a police station.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people act different, right?
Not the same. We're just your friend.
We'll come back to that. But guys, yeah, tell me what you guys think. Do you feel like they should change how they kind of view the job of these police officers? Because basically right now, right, like I said earlier, there's no law that requires the police officers to put themselves in the line of fire or risk their lives during a shooting. But this is what they're doing to this guy. Instead, the prosecutors are charging him, Mr. Peterson, with 7 felony child neglect counts for 4 students' deaths and 3 injuries that took place on the 3rd floor. Because basically, once he was on the scene, as well as a misdemeanor, culpable negligence for 3 adults who were shot there. So basically, what they're trying to do is trying to persuade the jury that Mr. Peterson was a caregiver for the children. So he's not just a regular police. His role is kind of, you're a caregiver as well. So you failed in that particular area to protect them. And so we can charge you.
What, is he hired by the school?
No, he's a sheriff.
So why are they calling him a caregiver?
Because I guess that should be under his job role.
You know when the ones, those job roles there where they add like 5 different job roles, and they pay you one salary.
Are
That's
they
what it
changing it?
sounds
So are all police caregivers? Are they?
Are they all caregivers?
I think this may be the precedent going forward. If this guy, you know, like,
So when they say, wait, he was turned up on the scene first
yes,
and didn't go in.
First.
no, so he kind of,
That's not smart though.
I don't want to say hid, but he stayed
stayed
in the
back.
alcove somewhere.
As he
Yeah.
should though. Because
And
if he
now
had
they're
gone
charging
in,
him for the kids' deaths.
Well, child neglect.
what happened to the killer? Did the killer make it?
I'm not too sure. I didn't go down there.
Because think about it, if I'm the first to arrive on the scene, it don't make sense for me to go in there. I go in there now, the poor kids see the authority that's meant to save them get killed. Now the killer's having a field day.
No, but I mean, we've still seen the movies, man.
What happens to
What do you mean?
Bro, he's police, man. If you pull up and you got a gun and there's an interaction going on there, I understand protocol and all that, but come on, man, you got to back your top and go in there. On the Mel Gibson thing, you got to go and do it.
You're so dumb.
Nah, what are we doing there?
I mean, this is what does the sheriff look like? Is he fit?
He's
Because
kind of
some of them I
old.
can outrun them.
He's kind of, let me show you, he's kind of old.
He's old.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a granddad.
He's old.
Oh, stop
then,
it.
so what- so-
he ain't going nowhere. He can't even chase after one of the little kids if he tries to chase
Why
one of
didn't
them.
he turn up quick then?
Where's the picture?
If
Because he's probably near the area.
if it was like Mike
Eating
Lowry or
donuts nearby.
something.
Eating donuts nearby.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll put it up.
Yes, please. Thank you.
How many kilometers is the nearest donut shop? Don't be silly. He was never going in.
You
You
know,
want
it's
him to save the day.
obviously certain jobs come with a greater duty of care in it, and that's one of them. But I don't feel like he should be. Ooh,
Yeah, for a bit.
You hurt your ankle.
No,
We're just annoyed that you had to fix it.
I might have broken my flipping speaker.
Why don't you tell him to do it?
Sorry.
It can be your little PA.
Sorry, yes,
So annoying.
We back.
Nah, man,
I'll
that's...
just put it in there.
yeah, I don't feel like he should be jailed for it. I don't think he should even be fired for it.
That's so out of order.
Not even fired.
No,
No.
no, he should be fired
That's
for
deep, you know.
What do you think should happen to him? Do you feel like there should be?
He shouldn't be
Something.
allowed. I think he shouldn't be allowed to attend these things anymore. Or he'll be known as the outside guy. Calm the parents down.
it. Or just he's just given a desk job. Obviously, in terms of being out on the field, maybe he's not sufficient enough for field duties.
I feel like he's more of a shoplifting
Yeah.
type of sheriff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The little community tit-tat situation. Not a flipping emergency like that.
But like, it's such a high-ranking position.
Look
though.
at that. Yeah, but
He's 60. To be fair to him,
he's close to retirement age.
60.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They've been out of order, man. Free my guy. What's his name?
Scott Peterson.
Sheriff Scott. Free the man. Peterson's not having a great year.
This whole caregiver thing, this is basically because, right, what they're saying is he didn't rush inside, right, as this 19-year-old was going through the school shooting people. Unfortunately, 17 students and staff were killed, right?
Oh, that's
17 more were injured. So basically, he arrived at the building with his gun drawn 73 seconds before crews reached the 3rd floor of the classroom buildings, right? He took shelter in the alcove outside and waited for help to arrive, right? He and his attorneys say he did so because he did not know where the shots were coming from.
That gives me that. Do you know what that gives me? Critical thinking. I think it would have been so foolish for him to just run in there blind, not having backup. Because really, it's one of him that shooter. So he can be walking this way, shooter's right here, shooter kills him, and that's that. Now all they'll do is give his family a nice little pay, and then give him some silly award that he doesn't even know he has because he's dead.
The thing is,
Free him, man.
Did he follow protocols or was he just hiding?
I don't
Hiding
say he's
sentiment.
Like,
hiding.
was he
because-
scared? Because the thing is, if you're a sheriff or a police officer, obviously there's certain characteristics and intangibles that come with that role in it. Like, you know, even down to like bravery, putting yourself in the line of fire, etc., in it. If he was just following protocols because maybe he felt he was outnumbered and he's waiting for backup, then that's something he's allowed to do. If he actually could have, resolved the situation in some type of way, but he chose to hide because he was scared and he was, then that's a different conversation. Maybe then he should be relieved of his duties. But I don't think he should be jailed. I don't think he should be jailed. Because I don't think what he done wasn't a crime. He was just being inept at his job, which is not a jailable offence. That's more so just being relieved of his duties or being fired. I don't think he should be jailed for it.
Furthermore, anyway, how long did it take the rest of the team to arrive? Because, like, I just think it's out order, like, the onus is on just him. Yes, I was the first to arrive, but I'm 60 for crying out loud. And I just don't think that's a smart thing to do. It's not a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
That's him trying to be a hero. Because I feel like if he did that, because in my mind, yeah, him just getting on the scene and just going in, is him breaking protocol, trying to be the hero that saves the day. That's the energy that gives me.
What's the point of having a gun?
This is basically what this other guy is
What's the point
basically
of having a
saying.
gun?
What's the point of having a gun?
So
Protection.
when the stupid Mizzy guy broke into the house, you were saying that you're gonna show a measure of restraint before you do anything, right?
Yeah.
How come you're getting onto him, this guy, for
Showing measures of restraint.
yeah?
No, that was the measures of restraint was still down to protecting my kids, and so the lack of restraint that he's showing would have been down to protecting the kids again. So it all makes sense.
You know, this man was on the third
Doesn't
floor.
make sense to me.
By the time he...
It does, because
By the time
obviously
Uncle
I'm not
got to the second
officer.
floor.
I'm not officer, but I'd like to think, like I said, we've all seen the movies. I'd like to think if I was, I'd be a certain way inclined, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Granted, the man's old and that, and maybe he's worried about donuts and shit. But I've got a gun, bro. Probably got another shotgun or another firearm thing in my whip and all that, bro. I've got guns. I'm a police officer. If I'm a police officer and man on site, you telling me there's a kid in that school there running around shooting, and I've got my gun, this you's dead.
Yeah,
So,
but he's scared for his life as well, though.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he's in the wrong field.
Yeah.
He's in
Do
the
you know,
wrong job.
I think the
'Cause in my mind, I'm going for him. Like, this is what I'm here for. I'm
Do you
going
know
for
where
him.
he is?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. This is my dude. I've been waiting for this my whole life. I'm gonna go through the school.
You're an egg, man.
I mean, this is what I've been training.
you think it's a video game?
Are you so sick?
You think this is a video game?
Bro,
That's what you
the
think
kid's
this
finished. I've been waiting for this my whole life. I'm a guy in there with a bandana. I put black paint on my. Listen, when I go in there, you gotta close the door behind me. Yeah?
No. There's one of us coming out today,
Brother,
and it ain't gonna be him.
what are we doing there? No.
You're an idiot. You think you're in a flipping De Niro movie or saying that? I don't know what you think is going on here.
Yeah, that's very sensational.
I
I
said
hear
I've
that.
got- I've
I
got
hear
the black
that.
paint on
I
my
guess
face.
You're placing your character into this guy.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, to be honest, the age that guy is,
First of
you
all-
couldn't get that age and not cut guns off in time. Do you understand? People be telling you, don't pull your gun. Do you understand? You be looking for reasons. I don't think this guy has any experience busting his
Popping
gun.
the
Do you understand? And I don't know what area was it? Was it like a slow, like,
That's the thing. Like
town?
like
Was
you
it
know
one
those
of them
community
ones
type
where
of towns.
everybody knows each other and whatnot?
I'm not too sure. All I know is that it's in Florida.
What's the town
Okay.
called? Maybe Stacey can help us. American correspondent.
I'll have to find it. But
Do you know what I think they should do as well?
Yeah,
Sorry.
go on, go on.
I think they should start doing fitness tests. Because he's 60. The guy was going to be on the third floor. By the time Uncle gets to... I know schools have hella stairs, trying to make the kids fit and stuff. By the time he gets on the first floor, the guy would have been on the fifth. It was a losing game, man. He was never going to get there.
But you see what you're saying? He was never going to get there. I think the issue is he didn't try. You know what I'm saying? This is what I think
Do you know
they're
what I need to
saying.
know, though? Are they... Should he have tried? Outside of people expecting the fact that he's police is what police do. With the police protocol,
Yeah.
how they were trained, should he have tried?
It's a difficult one, yeah, because I don't know the full protocol like that.
Yeah.
But all I know is the whole protect and serve thing, innit?
Yeah.
And I feel as though he's meant to go to the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what? Mass shootings for me is like when you got those, like the bombers or something like that. Say someone's got a
Yeah,
bomb.
yeah, and they barricade the roads and I get
Do you know what I mean?
you.
So,
I get you.
because I feel like, yes, serve and protect, absolutely. That's what they should do. That's what their motto is, whatever, that's great. However, there are different crimes. Him going into a house where a kid is threatening to slap the mum is different to him going in to a school. You don't know what kind of gun it is. You don't even know who you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's a 19-year-old who's might blend in with teachers. You don't know anything and you're going in blind and you're just expected to go and find the killer. I know schools have a lot of hallways, a lot of doors. When you open the next door, the killer's behind you. Like you're shot, you're dead. Talking about you died a hero. I don't care about
Let me
how
tell
I
you the
died.
truth, yeah. His age, yeah, and just looking at him the way he presents, because obviously like he could still be fit at 60, but he looks like a bad 60.
He's not Zed.
Yeah, he looks like a bad 60. Yeah, that's the only like grace I'm giving him.
He's a grandpa.
That's the only grace I'm giving him. But like he should have been in there doing his thing. Like I don't know.
So yeah, so people are even talking about the whole moral obligation, right? So they're basically saying legal arguments aside, the case has raised questions about whether a school resource officer, a police officer, or other members of law enforcement have a moral requirement to run towards gunfire. Yeah. So
That's what the moral or legal.
moral. They say legal side. This is a moral thing now.
Moral in the world, moral or moral in the police. Moral in the police.
I don't know. This is what they're saying.
So who's saying this? Who's they?
Okay, so this is quite a few people. So the parents. Come on.
It's for the parents to
I want to
talk.
read. I want to read a quote for you.
If it's a-
Good morning, Nicola.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. My name's Tracy.
I'm Tracy.
Oh no, oh dear. Right. So I wanted to say, in terms of this whole story, I haven't looked into it, but I think there are a few things we need to kind of, there are a few factors that would need to take into consideration. First of all, if we make this a case of, let's simplify it. When we look at the working world, the higher up bosses, they're all very old, aren't they? Very old, very white. It's the same old thing. The higher you get, the more you get paid not to deal with certain things. You're just overlooking, you're overseeing things. So I want to believe that in the nature of this business, the police industry, the higher you get, the older you are, you're not really there to be doing active pro-fitness. No, you're just there to oversee and make sure you've said your voice and said, yeah, you go over there. I need 4 over here. That kind of situation. At the same time, I'm a first aider at work, and naturally within UK, I guess, I don't know what the laws are in the US, but in the UK, they tend to say to you that you never put yourself at risk no matter what. So as a first aider, if anything happened, I'm going to be the first point of call. But I'm not going to put myself at risk. I'm just going to do whatever I can. Naturally, people will look around and think, oh, you're not doing anything. But that's not my job. My job is to literally just, where I can assist, I can help. And even with that assistance, I can't rely on my own brain. I still need to call 999 to tell me that, okay, these are the things I'm seeing. They will walk me through what needs to. I'm just there to make everybody calm. And I want to believe that the sheriff is there to make everybody calm. You know, I understand it's a very serious situation. However, people, I need you to step back. Everybody move far away. Let me listen out. Let me hear what I can get, so that when the right people come in, I can then tell them that, oh, okay, it sounds like he's moved from here to there and this and that. So I think it's one of those things where they're just using him as a scapegoat, but really and truly, there's nothing the guy could have done. Like, look at him, he couldn't have done anything. He was just there to do press conference. That's literally it.
It's true, though. He's the type to talk to the news, you know, the first.
Yeah.
So Tracy, if he was like a 35-year-old, 40-year-old guy, fit, ready for combat, right? Would your view be completely different?
As a sheriff, no. I still would say because of his job role, he's not really inclined to be as active. Okay. You're paid to be there to literally just man the floor. You're not going to be there being, Rambo like Miles wants to do. Unfortunately, you can't do it. And even when you watch, if you're going to say, we've watched the films, etc. When you watch the shows, yes, Esther, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, great show. Yep. When you watch them, they do tell you to always, it's a case of if you go in by yourself and you ride solo, you're going to get in trouble because why didn't you wait? Whether that's fire services, whether that's any emergency service, they're always going to say, hang on a minute, you were supposed to wait. And you've done a great thing. You've saved people, but there's repercussions because why did you go in by yourself?
Could have gone south.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I guess as a sheriff, he would have known all of these laws anyway, all these rules, and just did what he was meant to do. I guess.
I feel like he did what he meant to do.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
anyway,
sense.
That was my 2 cents.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Before we wrap up here, I kind of want to read what somebody called Mo Kennedy said, right?
Who's Mo?
No, this is a person who's the executive director of the National Association of School Resource Officers, right? Okay. And so this is the whole moral obligation argument. And they're basically saying that our role in that situation, our obligation, is to go after the threat and do everything we can to stop it, right? Mr. Kennedy also couldn't speak about Mr. Peterson's training or experience, but he was speaking to BBC and basically said, I do know I've seen many school resource officers respond in a proper way, right? Which is to attack the problem, not sit back and wait for the cavalry, right? It's your moral obligation, he said. When you are sworn in, you're swearing to protect and serve. Do you feel like he's wrong in saying that?
Yes, because again, he's speaking to morals. He's not speaking to your duty. Speak to duty. Don't speak to morals now that all these poor kids and people have died. And you, what's his name?
Mo Kennedy.
Mo, you were nowhere to be found on near the scene. It's easy for you to say now, but again, the person who was actually hearing the gunshots, maybe, I don't know if the parents were there at the time and all this stuff is different for them. I need him to speak. I need Mo to speak to the duty. That's what I'm about. If his duty was actually to go in, then uncle, granddad, you should have gone in. But you can't speak on a moral thing. We can all do that.
But even morally, but he's a police officer. It's even worse. If there was a man walking past the building that just had his gun on him, that weren't a police officer and knew that there was a crazy kid in there shooting innocent kids and teachers, his morals might have made him go in there and do it. Not even as a police officer, just as a man.
But that's what I was saying earlier, that people react differently in these situations. And unfortunately, you don't know how people are going to react until they're in those situations.
Yeah, but then they shouldn't be doing police office. He shouldn't be doing police work there.
That's why you missed a lot of things I said, because I also listen, I'm running for mayor. I had a solution for that. I said I need to train them the way they train the guys in the army, where this is that you just know to go. At the face of danger, you just know to go. You don't really think for yourself. You just know that this is a duty and you act in that duty. But that man was not going anywhere, man. That man was not making up
Let's
anywhere.
do a whip round. Each person say what they would have done in that particular scenario before we move on. So start with Esther.
Oh, so you're going to start with women now.
Sorry. Emmanuel.
I think if I'm a police officer and I believe I've been trained for this particular thing, I think I'll go in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Esther?
I ain't going nowhere. I think it's very foolish of me to run in there blind, not knowing what's going on. I'm waiting. I'm at least calling in and saying this is what's going on. How far are you guys? If they say we're like 20 seconds out or 30 seconds, I'll be like, okay, do you know what? I'm going to go in and see what I can find. But I'm going to be able, if I have a radio on me, I can be like, I'm walking into this room, I can do that.
Exactly.
We don't know the facilities. He might have had one of those guns where you shoot, that you have to do, we don't know the situation. He ain't got time for that.
But that's the thing though. Look at what you said there. Like,
No,
you're
sorry.
doing
No.
something.
You're not rebutting what she said. What she said.
No, I'm not rebutting it. You know, I'm agreeing.
He's agreeing.
I'm agreeing.
But I'm not 60. I'm a young and trim woman who goes to the gym. If the guy looked like Yusuf here and he didn't go in, I would have called a punk. Do you know what I mean? But he's 60.
Yeah.
Arthritis, he's 60. Come on.
Max.
You know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I'd have to go in on a Rambo flow.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say? I would have ripped I would have ripped the sleeve off my shirt,
Tied it around your
tied it
wrist.
around my hand and around my
I've been
head.
waiting for this.
You get what I'm saying? I would have went for it. I would have saved at least one kid.
Yeah.
You get me? At least one. I would have done something. And if I got in trouble
so
for
heavy on his
breaking,
conscience though.
if I get in trouble for breaking protocol, then
Yeah.
so be it. I mean, look, job's a job, innit? Yeah. So there's certain people who probably do go to who work for police, yeah, and they're literally just clocking in. They could have been in McDonald's. They're just, this is me paying my bills. I don't give a shit about none of this stuff. I'm just clocking in. And I suppose if people think like that, to put your life at risk for something you don't really care about, all right, cool. That's on you, innit? So if that's your mindset, fine. But then again, I don't think you should be in a job where
Yeah, I was going to say,
kinda...
if that's your mindset, then you
No,
should
but
be
there's
an
no.
officer.
Well, there's
Yeah.
nothing people that do that. I suppose maybe it's different in England and stuff like that because people
Yeah.
could be police officers not walking around with guns and things like that. It's just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I would assume there are people with that mindset in it.
Yeah, you just think
But
about.
if you're a red-blooded American and you love your gun and you got it on you and that's going on in there, nah, man, you should be doing your thing, bro. You should be doing your thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. For me, I'm going in. Obviously, I'm going to call for backup as well, but I'm going in. I'm going in. If that's my job, that's my duty. I'm ripe and ready. I'm going in.
Do you think people had this energy for him if he was a woman? Like, do people see female police officers the same way they see the men? Do you get what I mean? Like, would a woman be on trial for not going in?
Personally, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Imagine it's not even a 60-year-old Margaret. They ain't putting her on trial.
No chance.
Cool.
I think it's our word, man. Free, man. I hope he doesn't get jail.
Yeah, hopefully not.
What's he facing?
They're not saying.
Yeah, even though I believe he should have done his thing, I don't think he should be punished for not.
That's our
for not
order.
doing that. I think that's unfair.
And where's everybody else? Like, where's everybody else? Where's the rest of the team? Like, the people that took so long to arrive? Like, what? Just because I happen to be near the area, that's sad, man. You must feel so bad as well. Especially if it's like what Bren was asking earlier. If it's like a community where everyone knows everyone, that's just horrible. RIP to all of them, though.
Yeah, apparently what happened was the police and the SWAT team, like you mentioned,
SWAT team.
they swarmed the campus and began clearing students from school and all that type of stuff. And basically, the gunman basically hid himself amongst the crowd.
Hey!
Yeah. And,
And you wanted the man to just run in like that?
He was amongst hundreds of people fleeing the building. So he dropped his weapon and all these other kit. Right? So the guy came prepared, right? He dropped it all on the 3rd floor. He walked down several flights of stairs before leaving the building, heading to the school's tennis school, and then running alongside evacuees, right? The gunman then went to Walmart, bought a drink at a Subway store, and then went to McDonald's.
No, this guy had time.
2 meals. Right?
2 meals? Well, yeah, he knew it was final meals, wasn't it?
And he sat down at 15:01. Then he got captured by police in a nearby town, just a few miles away from the school, about an hour after the attack. That's basically what happened. So this guy is there, man.
If he went in, because you know what it is? I feel like if you know you're surrounded, there's hella police, your mindset is going to want to give up. If you're already there to kill kids, so you're already a psycho, then you know there's only one police officer, you peep down the stairs, and you see is basically your granddad. You would have killed that. Who would have killed that old man? And for what? Because he would have killed the old man and more kids. Because the man can't report back to say this is what's going on, anything like that.
It's a damn shame.
It's a mess, man. It's so sad.
Yep. But anyway, that's it for topic of the day.
All right, let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so our next headline, trigger warning here. This is an update of the madness that's happening in France, right? That we spoke about yesterday, I believe. At least 150 people have been arrested in France amid protests triggered by the fatal shooting of a teenager by police. So police clashed with protesters overnight, just hours after the French president, Emmanuel Macron, called the shooting death of a 17-year-old delivery driver by police inexcusable, and he pleaded for calm while justice takes its course. It was the second night of violence in the Paris suburb of Nanterre, even as the government heightened the police presence in Paris and other big cities after the killing triggered a night of scattered violence. Fires could be seen burning at some intersections in the suburbs, and protesters shot fireworks at police as well. So all these videos going around of all of this type of stuff. The death of the 17-year-old, Nael, during a traffic check on Tuesday in Nanterre elicited nationwide concern and widespread messages of indignation and condolences. It's a shame. So yeah, like I was saying, 150 people have been arrested. Next headline takes us to South Africa, where the government has made a decision to terminate the special residency permits of around 180,000 Zimbabweans, basically. And they're all saying that it's unconstitutional. So the Zimbabwe exemption permit system was introduced about 13 years ago to deal with a surge of migrants from its northern neighbor. They had fled economic hardships and political crackdowns. The 4-year visas were repeatedly extended, but in 2021, the government said it intended to end the scheme that had allowed the Zimbabweans to come in, live and work in South Africa. If implemented, it would force Zimbabweans to return home unless they obtained a regular work visa, even if they had children who were born in South Africa and were South African citizens. This is what they're saying apparently, right? So the Helen Suzman Foundation, the human rights organization which challenged the government's decision, hailed the ruling by the High Court in the capital, Pretoria. So yeah, some crazy stuff going on over there. And the last headline here is apparently families were speaking to BBC back home in Eritrea, where what they're saying is that babies who are being born to Eritrean refugees in Ethiopia are being denied birth certificates. They say the Ethiopian refugee authorities stopped the service about 18 months ago during the war in Tigray, which came to an end last November. The northern region, which borders Eritrea, hosted several refugee camps, and Eritrean refugees were victimized by all sides in the brutal conflict. Many fled to the capital, Addis Ababa, to continue the long and cumbersome task of organizing visas to join family members living abroad. But the lack of crucial documentation for newborns has meant that families expecting to reunite remain split. One man who lives in Germany, has been waiting desperately to bring his wife and children to live with him. But he's unable to visit them in Ethiopia over the last few years, but he wants them all, obviously, to be under one roof. Mothers who wait for their newborns often find that their own documentation expires. So again, that's two issues now. So the Eritrean families are appealing to the Ethiopian authorities to end their ordeal. The Ethiopian Refugee and Returnees Service, the RRS, which the agency which is supposed to issue the birth certificates, has not responded to the BBC, who obviously requested for a comment. But according to the UN Refugee Agency, more than 157,000 Eritrean refugees are in Ethiopia. Most are fleeing political persecution and forced conscription. And that's it for the headlines.
Thank you very much. Let's get into Word on Road. All right, so I've got quite a bit today. Gosh, a lot of foolishness going on. I actually forgot to report this when I first saw it. So it's old, but it's still relevant because I rate it. Oh, I put OBE. I meant to put MBE. So Brent. Mm-hmm. But so Kwajo, the guy who does the social housing like stuff in terms of cases, fights with people, all that kind of stuff, he was offered an MBE, and he declined. And he screenshot the message he sent to them, which I think was absolutely amazing. It was around the time of Grenfell's what's it called?
Mm-hmm. The trial.
Yeah, anniversary, when he put the post up. So he said, I want to start by thanking whoever chose to nominate me, as I have no doubt it came from a good place. So much grief and suffering has happened as a result of the poor state of housing in the UK, with the vulnerable and poorest most ignored. Some living in what can only be described as slum conditions. On the 14th of June 2017, 72 innocent men, women and children tragically and prematurely lost their lives in Grenfell Tower through no fault of their own, a disaster that never should have happened. Since then, campaign groups like Grenfell United, Shelter and many others have stood side by side demanding systemic change, whilst brave tenants have shared their own experiences in order to highlight the sheer lack of progress and accountability since Grenfell, many continue to suffer. Therefore, I cannot accept being honoured or receiving a title off the back of an issue which realistically should have never existed, and in saying that, I felt compelled to turn it down. I have written to the Prince and Princess of Wales to inform them of my decision and to also express my interest in collaborating with them to raise awareness surrounding the social issues causing needless suffering to minority groups across the UK. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the Prince of Wales' recent work surrounding homelessness. It can only be positive to see meaningful change across lots of other important social issues, whilst giving a platform and ear a hand to help those most ignored and neglected. Thanks to all who continue to support. So anyone who's not from the UK, or even if you're in the UK, you don't know.
Is that virtual signaling? Sorry, nothing done.
His name is Kwajo, and he basically he speaks up a lot about like poor social housing. He's actually been able to, he's helped so many people to the point now where like local social housing associations, if someone puts his name in an email, they fix up. If you say, do you know what, I've said this to Kwajo, blah, blah, they actually will go and what they've been ignoring you for and said they're going to come 2 years ago, they magically show up in that week. So he's doing a really, really good thing.
Do you not rate that?
Absolutely.
What he's doing?
No, obviously not what he's doing. I mean, like the turning down the
MBE.
OBs and all that stuff.
Do you know the thing is, yeah? His reasons, it's for me, yeah, is I don't rate it and I don't not rate it, if that makes sense. I rate it because obviously it's real to him. He's being genuine, I guess. And he's turned it down. Cool. It's not one of those things where it's like he doesn't really want it, but he's taking it because of maybe what it can afford him or whatever, right? It's kind of in line with his values, isn't it? So I rate it like that. But at the same time, I don't really, I don't mind, I don't care if somebody accepts it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand why you would accept it. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody sees it accepted an MBA or OB as a betrayal of Africa or black people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really get into those back and forths.
Because I see people when I was doing like people cheering him and stuff and all that, and I'm like, all right. I wish they would make. I dare them to try and make me OB or MB. Try and make me Sir Marg. See what happens in there.
That would be crazy. That would Like, you get your mum to call you sir.
Listen, I'm taking that. That's all I know, but I don't
But
care
yeah,
about the empire. I don't know. Listen, I'm not responsible for the empire and what they did. I'm just.
Done. I feel like with but I feel like with him though, I rate the fact that he did that because, like you said, like it could afford him a lot of stuff. Because I don't know if he gets paid for all the things. I mean, he definitely wasn't getting paid when he started and stuff, but he was all passionate about it. Even now, I don't know if the job he has is related to that. And off his own back, he goes to like, I know that recently he went to like Birmingham or like Nottingham or something. So he's now helping people outside of London in itself. And I do think because in my mind, yeah, this MBEs and OBEs and whatever is strategic. It's strategic who they want to give it to. And offering it to him in the month of June, when Grenfell happened, when you knew people were going to bring up again, what better way to try and be like, oh no, we do care, than giving it to someone who people publicly know fights the causes of housing and stuff. So I like the fact that he declined. I think that says a lot about his integrity and stuff. So big up him, man. Big up Kwajo. I've got a lot of time for him.
100%.
Big up him. And then my next... Oh, sorry, I meant to start with Nicole Scherzinger. My bad. Nicole Scherzinger is engaged. I love an engagement. But yeah, so basically, she's one of those people where, you know those couples where you just know someone to be with someone, and even if they break up, you don't know they're broken up. I thought she was still with Lewis Hamilton. She's not. She's engaged to a horrible man, and apparently she's been with for time. So her fiance is called Tom Evans, and he's an ex-rugby player. And yeah, she posted on Instagram saying, I said yes. And it's beautiful, man. She's engaged. I feel like she's always struck me as someone who does want to settle down. I think I always heard through the grapevine that was one of the reasons why she didn't settle, or she and Lewis broke up. They weren't aligned, equally yoked in their desires. But big up Nicole Scherzinger. I really like her. If you don't know who she is, she was the lead singer from Pussycat Dolls. Really good vibes. And Jonathan Majors, whose case is still ongoing. And as a reminder, so basically he's got his ex-girlfriend now, because now he's with Megan Good. His ex-girlfriend, something Jabari. She's actually a London-based movement coach. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was from London. Damn bad. But yeah, so she filed a domestic assault charge against him, essentially. So she's claiming that he broke her finger, he attacked her, he did a whole bunch of stuff, basically. That's what she's claiming. But actually, he's now filed a counter lawsuit against her and saying actually she's the one who assaulted him. There is a lot of evidence in this case, which is a good thing. There's like video footages, they were in a cab, and then from the cab, the arguments put onto the roadside. So there's there's roadside videos as well. Like there's witnesses. So it seems like one of those cases where it's going to be like, no, this is clearly what happened and dismissed or you go to jail type of vibe. But yeah, he's filed a counter lawsuit against her saying that she's the one who, assaulted him. And he had proof of that, marks and stuff like that, videos as well. And he says that basically she was drunk and hysterical, and actually he was trying to help her, basically. And he said that he was trying to help her, but she was like scratching him and slapping him and grabbing his face and caused him to like bleed, all that kind of stuff. But her trial against him is on the 3rd of August. I'm not sure when his trial against her would be if they don't do it together, because apparently there's like some kind of apprehension, I guess, because his last court date, 21st of June, it was after that he went to then report his side of the case and stuff like that. So apparently the DA's office a bit skeptical. They're just not skeptical. They're hesitant. That's it. Sorry, not skeptical. They're hesitant in filing a countersuit. I don't know why. I don't know what those reasons are for. I don't know why, but I do believe at some point it will, there will be a case. But it is interesting. Obviously, I know people have been cooking Megan Good for time, but I think if people look into the case, I can understand why it is that Megan Good doesn't see him as an abuser. If that makes sense. If you look into like the stuff, the evidence that's already been filed and all that kind of stuff, it does say that. But I will keep an eye on all the stuff that's going on. Obviously, not obviously, but in his questioning as well, when the police was asking him about, because he's got a kid, he's got a 10-year-old kid from a previous marriage. And they basically asked him is the suspect, as in the lady, his ex, is she capable of killing you or your children? Is she violently and constantly jealous of you? And has the physical violence increased in frequency or severity over the past 6 months? And to all of that, he said yes. Scary, actually.
But she's not the mother of his kid, though, innit?
No, I
Is
don't
it?
believe
Okay,
so.
cool.
No, she's not. So, yeah, man, it's crazy, but we'll see what happens. I mean, even when he was talking about his injuries, he was talking about how, like, when he woke up in the morning, his face was like stuck to the pillow from like, blood.
Wow.
Because she kept digging her thumbnail into his face and stuff like that. It's wild. I think it's good that he's also filed a case back because he was injured. So, yeah, let's just sort all of this out, really, while we're at the court's gates.
And especially if he's innocent now, it's good that he goes just as hard.
This is
Because
it.
you can't be allowing someone to ruin your career.
He has
and
to.
also allowing people to just make stuff up about you. You know what I'm saying?
Because the reports are saying that, you know, she's claiming that she broke her finger and he did this and whatever. Sis went out clubbing for hours. And they've been able to get video footage from the club and she's partying hard
After the incident.
after the incident. And they can see her using her phone and stuff like that with the alleged
With a broken finger.
broken finger and stuff like that. So it is an interesting situation, but I'll keep an eye on everything that's going on. And I hope that if he is, you know, seen to be innocent, all the things he's lost, he can get back.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. Sometimes that stain is just ridiculous. But it made me laugh at the way he dressed to court. Try to not look rich. Try to not look fine. Look at his suit, please. Hold on. Iron it a little bit. He said,
That's
I'm
his
going to...
style, you know. I've seen him do that
On brand,
quite
though,
a few
it's on brand.
times.
It is on brand, but I'm just like, if you try not to look fine, babes, you do look. He does look sheriff movie tapper. Them old black films. Anyway, big up him though. I hope you know, things work out for him in terms of the case and everything comes to light how he needs to. In sad news, Madonna was in the hospital. She's fine now, which is good. But basically she was found unresponsive. And she had to be in ICU for a day. But she's out now and she's, you know, recovering. But her manager said that she developed a serious bacterial infection. So yeah, but she's still under medical care but she's recovering, which is good. So big up her and prayers that she gets better and is back to being how she is. She's really looked different over the years, hasn't she?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But big up Madonna. I hope she's fine. Gosh, this news, yeah. And I am interested in knowing people's thoughts and such because it's very wild. So, minding my business on Tuesday evening, as one does. And I just see that a good friend of mine sent me this tea, which was great because I was about to go to bed. And basically, there is a woman, who is claiming that she is pregnant with Davido's baby. So for context, let me tell you why. Okay, there's several reasons why this whole situation is mad. But let me just tell you what it is that's of recent. Because her pregnancy it's not like a 6 months or like a year plus situation. She's recently pregnant. Do you know what I mean? Davido sadly lost his son, right? His only son with Chioma. That's his long-term girlfriend. However, fair from the receipts this girl gave, she's been there before Chioma. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'll revisit that at a later point. But basically, he and Chioma have been dating. Like everyone has known that to be his public girlfriend. He's never really publicly acknowledged having a girlfriend before Chioma. It was a whole thing, and then he had the whole assurance sung about her. Turns out, anyway, he shouted out the pregnant girl on the same song.
Did he?
Yes, he did. Man, mad. Audacity.
Did anyone know at the time? Was
no.
it like a secret?
No, now we know.
Okay.
Her name's Anita.
Did he say her name on the song?
Anita. He said, tell Anita to be going far away. To be fair, she didn't. But then he was like, oh, tell her I'm not, he said in pidgin English, I know they do again, so I'm not doing this anymore. Clearly you did. You did her 2 months ago. Well, you did her recently. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, so he and Chioma obviously suffered the loss of their son, which is very, very sad. And essentially they've been grieving. And he got married. He got married recently. I spoke about that as well on here. But there's a lot of speculation about the reasons why the marriage happened. because I guess it was like a quiet marriage. It happened during the grieving process after the kid died, essentially. And there's a lot of word about it being a cultural, like it had to happen for them to be able to bury their son properly.
Okay.
Like a cultural thing.
Okay.
So yeah, and also it's one of those things where it's like, obviously back home, a traditional marriage, you are married. You are married. Do you know what I mean? But here, it's what the boys over here use to get around you girlies.
But are they
Nah,
for
they
real?
are.
No,
They are.
I'm just genuinely asking.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, because a lot of guys here would say, oh, let's do the traditional marriage. And then they'll throw in your face like, well, technically we're not really married. Because we haven't got paper. Because remember again, it's a African, it's a tradition back home. Back home, that is your wife. Like, that is your wife. That's it. But here, where this is not the tradition, they some people use it for their advantage. Because if you think about it, yeah, if they don't get a divorce. Just go, everyone just pack your bag and go back to where you're coming from. But back home, there will be a thing about elders come down, everyone sits down, you talk about it. Do you know what I mean? The marriage will be separated. There's things that's done to show that this marriage is now separated. But here, just kick him out, you kick her out, and that's it. Everyone gets separate houses, and it's like it never happened. It's like literally poof, and marriage is gone. So yes, I don't know if it's a traditional marriage they've done, but whatever anyway. So anyways, this girl comes out and basically says that she has been around Davido since 2017. They met in Dubai in 2017. I've got a lot to read, so follow me, right? Juicy tea though. So she said they met in Dubai in 2017. She said this was not a one-night stand. She said she showed videos of the night that they met. One of the videos was like 8:51 a.m. So it's given like morning after. The day after type of vibes, you know what I mean? And then you see her as well. Gosh, men don't know how to cheat, I swear. Anyway, you see her as well, yeah, in like private rehearsals, and he's singing, or like even like club nights he goes to, but she's backstage. She's where his goons are. She's where the boys are. Do you know what I mean? She's with the people that know him. That she's got that type of video footage. Gosh. So anyways, she then said, yeah, she said, never in my life have I ever needed clout. So but this news broke. Gosh, this is so messy. So basically, yeah, she's been stewing for a minute. So I think about maybe a week ago or something, she tried to tell one of the blogs that she's pregnant with his baby. But she said, you know what, just sit, don't do anything. Don't act on the news I've given you. Sit on that. Let me come back to you. Because I think at the time, she's having these conversations with him. He's trying to ignore her or whatever. Then they've got like a mediator there as well. That mediator is, mediating on Snapchat and whatnot. Those are the Snapchat conversations. It's just a whole thing goes, I guess, in one of those moments, she's like, you know, I'm gonna talk my talk kind of thing. So she told the blog that, you know what, this is what's going on, but sit on it. Obviously the news has gone back to Davido's camp. So now she's having a conversation. Now Davido, I don't know if she denied, I don't know what the situation was, but basically they're gonna have to pay the people off to keep quiet about it. So this is Davido and the girl now talking about it, doing back and forth, whatever. And I think in all of that anyway, the news came out anyway. But it wasn't big news. It was like, I guess if you follow that mini page or something, because they created like a burner account.
Okay.
So they're trying to get like a burner account. If something like, oh, this bitch is pregnant, something like that. She's carrying Davido's baby, something crazy like that. Trying to get the thing down. So she and Davido are now in conversations of like, she's saying she wants money for this and she's saying this or whatever. And Davido's like, you know what? The best way to just kill all of this, yeah, you just go out and say you've been hacked. If you've received any messages from me in the last X amount of hours, I was hacked, right? She goes ahead and she does that because she loves this man. People, you keep carrying last with this love you keep chasing. Anyway, so then that's where all that clout conversation has come into it and whatever. So she's then said, never in my life have I ever needed clout. I've been popular all of my life from preschool and on. Okay, girl. I've never had to expose nobody famous. You'll never even heard my business in relation to any of these kinds of categories because it's unnecessary for me. But what is now necessary for me is to speak up for myself because I won't let people throw dirt on my name, lie or play with my integrity or name. Okay. That's when she then goes into letting you guys know how she met, whatever. She said, she just basically said she wasn't, whatever. Then she says how they were basically off and on. This is the part that was so interesting to me. This is in 2018. She showed another screenshot. Remember, we're in 2017. Now we're in September of 2018. So about a year now. And she says off and on up until the pandemic, which then that's when she was in a long-term relationship. Cool, whatever. And then she says that, she said, so then that's when she then shows screenshots of the conversation with the mediator. And the mediator said, this is none of his concern. You don't intend to keep each other, as you don't intend to be with each other. The pregnancy was a mistake and you choose to keep the baby. Your choice is respected. She sends prayer hand emojis. Then he says, I will advise him to wait. Once you deliver the baby, we will do the needful and take responsibility if it's an Adeleke, which is Davido's last name. Cool. Then she's basically the person said to her, if the baby's ours, in it, we'll do what we're meant to do. We'll take care of the child. Then she says, wait on what? Only God can advise me on my life, and you don't have to wish me anything. I'm in great hands. I'm blessed beyond measure. She's also a very, she loves to call on God. She does. She says, then he said, I'm only trying to understand things from your point of view. It's needed. And then she then said, this screenshot is from his family. We've spoken about this for weeks now. Then the person then said, don't run from the conversation. She said, I'm good. Then the person said, we can have a civil conversation. She said, I don't want anything from anybody. I'm good. Have a blessed evening. Then the person said, okay, if that's the case, then no problem. Nigerians are so Nigerian. He said, I would advise him to allow you to keep the baby. Cool. So then the guy then says, is it about money? Like, do you want a new contract? So contract is how a lot of Nigerians steal money. But basically, it's like, do you want like some form of business kind of thing? So she shows screenshots. Oh gosh, she shows screenshots here where he's made like financial investments and stuff for her. His name is just there in 4K in legal documents and all sorts. It's crazy. So she's like, is it about the money? Do you want another contract? In other words, like, do you want another form of investment? Do you want something to buy you? Or, like, what do you want kind of thing? And she's like, no, you're doing too much talking. I don't want anything. Cool, whatever. But I feel like there's a language barrier because she's like, what contract? But for anyone reading it, you'll think it's like a NDA type of contract. But no, it's money. It's like an investment into a building, into properties, that type of, or like a job contract essentially. And then she then starts showing screenshots with Davido. Yeah, it's so Nigerian. So she says, one of the screenshots was like, she said, I can have my way with anybody. I don't have to force nothing. You see what I look like. You see what I hit for. I have my shit together for the most part. This is her speaking to the source and level of source that she has. So she says, she then shows screenshots of like where she's like to him, are you mad at me, baby? And he's like, no, I've just been busy all day. I was on another flight. She's like, hi, baby, I miss you. Anyways, be safe, making sure you're good. He's like, I'll call you when I land in Nigeria. I'm on the plane. He's like, landed safe. God is good. They're really chatting it out. Then she then shows another thing where she says, when it comes to money, don't ever play with my name. I work very hard for my own money, but I very much know my worth. I get cheese sent to me because I ask and I deserve what I ask for, not for an abortion in this instance. Let's clear that up. Because she basically showed a screenshot where she said to him, David, can you have someone send me money in the morning, please? I have a lot going on and I need to pay some very important stuff that popped up, blah, 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 blah. And he says, Monday, I'll be able to. So essentially that. Then he's telling her, I miss you more. I just landed in LA. She's like, I'm glad you landed safe. And I guess this is when she knows that there's a baby in her belly. Because she's like, I'm in bed. My stomach is messed up. I think you hurt. Actually, no, that was nasty. I think it was about his. Do you know what's bad? The first time I read it, I got the same way.
Say that again, please.
So basically, this screenshot, yeah, every time I read it, in my mind, it's her, she's having cramps from the baby. But no, it's because I'll tell you what she said. She said, I'm in bed. So he's left her. It's after he's left her. They've just seen each other. And she says, my stomach is messed up. I think you hurt me. Okay. Okay. Anyways, right? So then she says, I've been on this trip. By the way.
This is why she's in this boat, isn't it?
There must be something. His dick must be laced with something. Because, anyway, so she just basically showed a bunch of like screenshot and whatever. And this is where it starts to get like, now we're having conversations about the pregnancy that we've been trying to avoid, kind of thing. So she says, I think he must have something about mental problems or whatever. She's like, okay, I have mental problems. LOL, cool. Anyways, God doesn't think we should speak anymore. God doesn't think they should speak anymore. Is what she said. He said, fine by me. He said, you just came to my life to stress me. Oh,
that's what he said.
Married men love that one. You just came into my life to stress me, as if you were not minding your business. Anyway, he said to her, you just came to my life to stress me instead of you to help me get back fully on my feet. Because you know he's grieving and all. You came to draw me back. He said, yeah, we had raw sex like like you're the first. Look at all the problem you're putting me through. I've had girls that have genuinely looked out for me and handled stuff like this because they know my current situation, and when they know my current situation cannot have this happen. But no, you want to be different and stress me. This is wild. So then she then captions that and says, "I give a man life. I speak life into people. He wanted me to help him get back on his feet, uplifting him and all of that stuff on some friendship calm mess. So stop trying to make me into some evil clout chasing weirdo. Yuck." And clearly he said it. It's been plenty of us that got pregnant since 2022 until now. Apparently they got rid of their babies. Then he said in another message, I've said what I have to say. Like they say in my language, have the heart to reason my side, meaning look out for me just this once. Please do it for me, baby, just this once. Then she then captions that and says, and I really wasn't going to come on here and explain myself to your haters and ignorant people, but apparently when I'm quiet, that doesn't work and no one will speak on my name incorrectly. I think there is a cultural difference here because she's unaware that the stands back home for Burna Boy, Wizkid and Davido, they're worse than a beehive. So I feel like they're the ones in her DMs calling her clout chaser, calling her all these things. So she keeps trying to prove herself to them because she goes on to take a pregnancy test. I have to watch this video. This is what I do for y'all, okay? She took an actual pregnancy test and recorded herself peeing on a stick. I had to watch this. I had to see her pee in the toilet. Ew. Pissed me off she didn't flush that, but anyway. In the video anyway. And then she's like showing us around her bathroom to see that there's no hidden pregnancy test. So she basically took a pregnancy test on the show. Then she said, I'm sad. I feel like everyone is cool with me out of fear or not trying to make me act out or whatever their phobia is regarding me. It's like I have no one that's genuine because just cause, I'm not reading all of that. I don't care about it. But anyway, she then says, I have bread. The whole of New York City knows this. I'm a female who doesn't like sitting in cars worth less than 100K. But this is her life though. This is her life. I have over $2 million in property. I own a community. If I ever need money, it's because it's a lot going on, and that comes with being an entrepreneur. But don't ever play with my name. She said, I went this far with 0 children for a reason. I'm not no waste girl. I don't need to lay on my back for a check. My brain is super sufficient. What God gave me is sufficient. Then I thought all the girls knew to leave paragraphs. Like, I thought we all knew, all the blues her. I thought we all knew that men don't read paragraphs anymore. I thought we knew that. But she didn't. Let me read it quickly. She says, I honestly want nothing from you. I got the best thing from you, which is a lesson learned. I'm in no way upset with you. I'm just disappointed in you and myself. I was having a rough day when we saw each other and easily accepted an invite from the enemy that used familiarity. I committed all kinds of adultery and fornication. Furthermore, I didn't know at first you were married, but I knew after, and I still desired you up until even now. Then the worst happens and I just feel so fucked up. Because my decisions cost me and other lives. And no, you don't get me and you're not supposed to. I'm the one that gets it. I was never who you thought me to be. I was always purposeful, chosen, called. It's bigger than you. One mistake has cost me my peace the past almost 2 weeks. And it's really on me. I opened this door. Only my pride and ego has kept me even in contact with you despite what's going on with me. I'm delusional to think I would be treated with grace from someone I've done this with. Never again. Please don't write me back. This is not some soap opera monologue that desires a melodramatic retort. I'm just telling you how I feel since you want me to bring it to only you.
So I have a question. Is she still pregnant?
Yes, she's keeping the baby.
She's keeping it?
She's keeping it. She says, don't let the internet gag you. So this is the thing, yeah. So basically, she then has some videos where she's talking, like story videos, right? Mm-hmm. She claims she didn't know he was married. I'll be honest with you guys. Aside of me loving Davido, if I didn't like Davido the way I do in terms of like follow him, like his music or whatever, I would, and I don't do word on road, I wasn't on TDA, I wouldn't know he was married.
Okay.
I wouldn't have known. Do you know what I mean? So, and I'm Nigerian, I'm on Nigerian Twitter, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't have known. Do you get what I mean? So she said she didn't know he was married, but people are like, how could you not know Davido is not married? But people are thinking with how it is that they listen to Davido. This is not flipping Offset and Cardi B.
But do you feel like she met him knowing who he was?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I think she met him, and because at that time he was still playing in small clubs. One of the videos she showed, yeah, he was still playing in small clubs and stuff. Not like he's not doing arenas like he is now.
Yeah.
But I don't think when she met him, she knew he was Davido. I think he then said, I'm Davido, this is what I do. then she's going on him to different concerts. It's like, oh, okay, this is who this guy is.
What country is she from?
She's American.
Oh, so she's like a proper African American. Like she's not like
No, she's not like I don't know where she is. Maybe she's Nigerian or something like that.
Okay,
but
cool.
I believe that she did not know who this man was. Because even in the songs, like when she's taking the snaps of her singing his songs, you can tell that she's just learned the words because of him. She's pronouncing it all wrong and whatever, like saying the wrong lyrics but singing it with chest because my man, I'm gonna sit beside him kind of vibe. So I get it. But then she says, don't let the internet gag y'all. People's relationships don't be consistent. This man has had many women and many girlfriends. Do your homework before you come at me and maybe you will look at it in a different light. Stop playing with me. He's so mad that he had to get married. Any newlywed is not doing all of this. He's 30 years old. Pack it up. What 30-year-old millionaire wants a wife? An artist at that. Be realistic and go sit down. So in the video, she was like, basically how, she's like, yeah, like she's, you know, RIP to their kid. But essentially, the only reason why they got married is because their child died. And it was a bit, like, don't bring people's kids into it, but it is what it is, isn't it? And she basically just said that he and Chioma just together because of that. But the thing is, this is not the first time there's been a cheating scandal with Davido while he's with Chioma anyway. So there's all of that mess. I'll be honest with you, it's just a bunch of foolishness. Moving forward from that anyway, another woman came out. She's from Paris. And she's also saying that she is pregnant with his child. So she then said, what was it? Hold on. She said, I woke up this morning to see that I'm not the only woman he got pregnant. And she then went on to also, she showed like a lab test and stuff in Paris or whatever. She said, so just tell me how many baby mamas do you have? Should we just be ready for a soccer team? Then she also has screenshots of conversations with him about, him saying that when he's around, he wants to see her. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to be around like this time, blah, 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 whatever. And then in March of this year, she has screenshots where they're basically talking about, so she's quite far along. She's pregnant in March, April, May, June. She's about 5 months now, this woman. So in their conversation together, he says, from the screenshot where she shows, which is 18th of March this year, April. 18th of April. He says, LOL, because I didn't send you money. LOL, you're funny. Don't even be like that. Then she says, what? I never asked you for money. I'm not going to keep it. Be safe. I'm just telling you, you propose me money, obviously French. You propose me money because you had a bad behavior, and I never and will never ask you for anything. I'm not one of your hoes. It's always funny. Groupies never think that they're one of the hoes, but it's a Spider-Man meme, really, with all these girls. Then he says to her, I'll call you tomorrow or today, my wife. When a Nigerian man calls you his wife, baby, you are the furthest thing from his wife. Please take that from me. And then she's like, oh, how are you? He's like, I'm good, just got home in Nigeria. She's like, home is always the best. He says, you're going to the doctor tomorrow? ? That's another thing. With the other girl, yeah, one time she said to him, I miss you. He said, did you take the pill? Pretty sweet. So then he said, she basically said, when he said, I'll call you, he said, did the pill not work kind of thing? And she said, I'll tell you when it's done, but stop calling me, essentially. Like, stop. I'll let you know in it. And he said, I'm not even fighting, whatever. So she said, I'm just so disappointed in this kind of men. Women, be careful. God bless you. Oh, by the way, I'm still pregnant. So see you in less than 9 months now.
Stupid. Sorry.
Why is it stupid, though?
All right. I'll be very brief, right?
That's fine. I got time.
Please tell me why, right? In the messages, she's saying to him, oh, I'm going to get rid of it. Is she not giving him that impression?
Yeah, she did give that impression, but...
So he's asking, okay, cool, did you do it on the day you told me you were
Yeah, and that's fine. He's all right asking that.
Cool. So if you've done it, okay, maybe he wants to be like, okay, cool, thank you for doing it, or maybe,
Thank you for your services.
No, but more so like just checking in, how are you as well, this and the third.
Yeah.
And she's just being any type of way to him.
And it was any type of way.
I can't remember what you...
When she said, don't call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't call me, though.
But why?
Because again, because every time you're calling me to ask me, have I done this? Bro, I said I would do it. I will let you know when I do it.
But to this day, she's not done it.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to do it anymore. She changed her mind.
This is
That's why he's calling her. That's why you need to call her.
No, but this was before she changed her mind, though. That he was calling her.
She planned this from before.
She didn't.
I think she's lying. She's lying, trying to take advantage of him.
Do you know how mad that is?
What happened to girl 2 and 3?
Imagine this, yeah. You agreed that she's gonna get rid of the baby. Yeah, she said, "All right, cool. I'm gonna get rid of the baby. Yeah, when I dealt with it, yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, this is a whole baby. You know, that's ticking. Yeah, time's running by now. Weeks past, she ain't heard nothing.
Imagine.
You're calling her to find out if she's done this. She's getting frustrated talking about it. If you keep calling me,
If you
I'm gonna
keep
have
calling
this
me again
baby.
and again and again.
What? What?
It's insane.
No, I don't think it is. Because you know what it is? I feel like abortion, no. Because you know, abortion is spoken about so like casually. Say people normalize cheating. But it's spoken about so casually, yeah. It's spoken about so casually. Like, there's actually like emotional and a physical toll of it. So if I'm going to do, like women who have abortions, as much as you don't want to have a kid and you want to have an abortion, whatever, for whatever reasons it is that you've chosen to have abortions, there is an emotional strain to having to get to that place where you can do it and whatever, and even afterwards. If I'm having to deal with that because I'm the one whose body is going to have to go through this procedure, and you're just on my line, have you done it for your selfish reasons? If you don't know how to handle this, sensitively, I feel like he could have handled it sensitively. I feel like that's all it was. I feel like for her to say, stop calling me, it's not because he was being gentle and careful. It's that you're literally, every time you call me, you don't even ask how I am or anything like that. This is what, have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? Bro, stop sweating me.
But we are kind of assuming that though.
So are you?
No, I know. But we are kind of assuming that he's calling and only asking this question.
But I told you that when she said, "Oh, homie's where's the height?" He said, "Did the pill not work?" And then when the other girl said, "I miss you," he said, "Have you aborted the baby yet?" This is what he's doing. So I can understand why the girl will be like, "Don't call me."
But all right, maybe this is a false equivalence, right?
Giving you 2 minutes left because we have a guest coming.
Yeah. What do you call it? Maybe this is a false equivalence, right?
Yeah.
But there's loads of times where a man and woman's talking, right? The man doesn't want to talk about the things that the woman's talking about, wants to talk about, but she sees it as a priority, and she's maybe feels some type of way and wants to stress to him, yo, what about the thing that I said we should talk about, right? And that's what she wants to push. In the same way here, this is more important, right? We agreed to something. This is a baby involved. You said you're gonna get rid of the baby, right? And now you're telling me I should stop contacting you?
I hear you, but it's what you said. It's a false equivalency. If it was a case where this was the one case, then it's fair. But like he told the other girl, that he was like, the girls usually know what to do. They usually handle it. It's fine. Obviously, his wife has been getting a lot of, because allegedly his wife's pregnant at the moment as well. The one he lost a baby with, Chioma. Allegedly, she's currently pregnant. So they're about to have ghetto triplets. But yeah, so it's all a mess. It's all a flipping joke. Yeah, I feel bad for all parties. I just think people need to.
Is that including him as well, or just the women?
No, he was irresponsible. I don't feel bad for him about anything. I feel nothing for him. He was irresponsible. First of all this sexy people raw sexy people keep having with strangers. Y'all are not scared of diseases. It's nasty. First of all, the bodily fluids you're sharing. I don't feel bad for him because from these messages, he's been in this situation probably 10 plus times. You know the drill by now. You know the drill. There's nothing. I can't feel bad for him when you know the drill. He's currently, that we publicly know, had 3 baby mums. 3 whole baby mothers. Separate women. And then now we find out that there's women all over the world that have been aborting your kids and doing this. Like, no, I feel there's nothing to feel bad for him about. Not a damn thing. Your wife is over there grieving. You just lost a kid. She's over there grieving, man. Hasn't posted on Instagram in months. Has a business that she probably hasn't gone back to yet. Nothing. And you're all over the place doing community dick for the people. I don't rate that. I feel bad for everybody. I do feel like some of the women were definitely less than smart. And I think that this whole thing about sleeping with a taken man or acting like as if you don't know that a guy's not really for you and whatever, and then when something happens, you then act all confused and be like, oh, I didn't know that this and that. Everyone's got to be smart. And this is what I was talking about when we talk about that whole what it is I would like to improve in women. Women can be so smart at business, so smart at work, so smart everywhere. But when it comes to men, it's like the brain cells are just on hold. I don't understand. But all the best to him anyway. He does seem like someone who is sensible enough where he will, take care of the kids when the kids come. There is that. Yeah. But again, this is something that has been in the streets for years. Mm-hmm. So it's not even a thing where I can be like, oh, this is his way of grieving. He's been having aimless, irresponsible sex for years. And my thing as well is that people cussing the women, I personally will never really check the outside party because that's not a person who made a vow before God. That's not a person who legally is married. That's not a person the responsibility falls on. It falls on the married party. Do you get what I mean?
I-
Yes,
I-
morally people are wrong, but he's morally and legally wrong. So all the best to parties
I
involved,
fully
man.
agree with you. Like, I don't think they owe him anything necessarily. You know what I'm
This is
saying?
it.
Like, why would you trust these people anyway? But at the same time, I feel like all of them are scumbags. All of those women, all of them tried to trap him. All of them want to benefit from
How
him
is,
financially.
but do you know what's funny
That's what
about? I
think.
never understand when people say someone tried to trap them, but when you had unprotected sex with these women, he goes around when he tours, goes around the world having unprotected sex.
Yeah.
You know who you are. You're a millionaire,
Yeah,
and you have unprotected sex.
it's crazy.
And
I agree.
somehow it's the women that are trapping him. That's not a trap.
Yeah,
That's not a trap. He's a fool. Lacks critical thinking, in your words. But anyways,
If I speak.
speak, because if you know what you have to lose, yeah, is the onus not on you to protect it? If you know what you have to lose,
agreeing.
so how are you being trapped when you know what it is that you have to lose? How is that a trap? It's not a trap.
I
You
hear
know
you,
what you
I
have
hear
to
you.
lose. Should be sensible about it.
I agree.
But anyways, all the best all parties involved. There is rumors.
Yeah.
There is rumors that there is a third girl in the UK. If she comes out and speaks her mind, I will let you guys know. But until then, it's all a mess, man. All the best all parties involved. I'm checking out. This was messier than Carisha and them fighting. So let's get into people's journal. Oh.
All right, guys, welcome back to the rotation. All right, it's quite a bit to get through, but I'll try and summarize. All right, first and foremost, let's start with Drake. So Drake released a book.
Book?
Yeah, a poetry book. Title Runs Everything, A Stream of Consciousness by Kenza Samir and Aubrey Graham. It's a poetry book, but that's not what I'm reporting on, to be fair. That's just the catalyst to the news. So with the release of the book, he did also state that he's got a new album on the way called For All the Dogs, which he'll apparently be bringing back the old Drake. So yeah, new Drake music's on the way. Not sure when the release will be. Might be this year, might be next year, but yeah, Drake's got an album. It's called For All the Dogs.
For the dogs.
For All the Dogs, and it's apparently bringing back the old Drake, whatever that Drake is. Quick question before I move
Whatever
on.
the Drake is.
Quick question: do we feel like Drake is becoming a bit oversaturated? Because this would be his fourth album, I guess, in the last 2 years, 18 months. He had the album with 21, he had the dance album, and he had CLB just before that.
Yeah.
I'm here for it, man. I could take another Drake album.
Yeah?
I forget that I forget that he's had certain albums come out.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to the House album.
yeah,
The 21 album's cold.
yeah.
CLB's like,
All right.
all right, there's a few
Yeah.
tunes on there. So it's not like I feel like I've been overly bombarded with Drake.
You don't think so?
I always
No,
feel like I
because-
am, you know.
No, because I'm not consuming it like that.
Okay,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what? I think my thing is I want to consume it though.
Yeah.
Because it's always there, I just come over to consume. I'm just like, oh, I can't. Do you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
excitement's not there.
Yeah.
I would love him to go away for like 2
And
years.
then come back.
I would want to feel that excitement.
See, I wouldn't want that.
Maybe
I
6
don't
months,
Because if
come
he
on.
went away for 2 years and then came back and then it wasn't what I expected or needed, and
Yeah.
I'd be this more.
Because it
I'd be
gives you
more
an album every
disappointed.
10 years. Let me silly.
Yeah, but it's always what I expect. She delivers.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So Her Loss came out last year. Honestly, Nevermind came out last year too, and then CLB came out the year before. So yeah, it'll be 4 albums in 3 years if it comes out this year. So yeah, Drake fans look forward to that. Also, before I move on actually from Drake, is Drake's reign over as like numero
Guy.
uno?
Mm,
I feel like it's winding down now.
It could be winding down, but
It's
there's no
winding
one. And it's got to be over. It's got to be somebody to take the spot.
Yeah,
hear
because
that.
he feels like he gives me like he's not necessarily reigning,
Yeah.
but he's always gonna be that guy. Like the
Yeah,
Godfather
yeah,
type
yeah.
of
He'll
vibe.
always be that guy.
He's still got the crown, and someone else has got to take it before
Yeah.
before he loses it.
Yeah.
So whether his powers are waning or not, it doesn't matter. There's no king out here. Like there's no one that's not Drake that's doing
That's
Drake
gonna-
shit.
yeah.
Like there's space for them to come and do it,
Yeah.
but they're just not currently
one's
doing
done
it.
I guess, yeah, but you can not relinquish your crown, but you can
If you relinquish your crown, you got to give it to someone. So
But
who's the king?
you can wind down without there being a
Cole's
successor
the king,
yet.
I'm joking.
though. Like
No.
what I mean is Drake's own individual trajectory could become stagnant without there being someone who's taken over. Drake's always going to be Drake. The same way Jay-Z's always going to be Jay-Z, right? That's how I see Drake. Drake's going to be, he's just inevitable. He'll always be there. He'll always be the guy. But I feel like his reign as the guy is winding down.
It's Game of Thrones. It don't matter. It doesn't matter what your power level is. If you got the crown, you got the crown. Like, so you could not be the king you was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? That's granted. But if you've got the crown, you've got the crown.
Yeah, no, but...
And for you to lose it, somebody else has to has it. And there's no one else that's got it.
But my point isn't that he's lost the crown. My point is that I feel like his reign on the top is winding down. So soon it'll be over. Yeah.
But he's still the big man though.
Yeah, I know.
And there's not even like... Because I'm looking for that artist now who's taking that, who's going to fill that space, who's just going to be like that guy.
I don't think there is anyone now
amazing.
who is. I don't think there is a new Drake, so to speak, right now, or the new guy at the head of the pack in it. He's still top of the pile, but one, I feel like even him putting out this much music, I feel like it's OTT, it's overdose for me anyway. But yeah. All right, that's Drake. Stormzy released another single, so 2 singles back to back. Longevity Flow over the week, not over the weekend, sorry, on Friday. We heard it in the room. We heard Stormzy's new single.
I've heard some of it. It sounds good.
I like it.
It sounds like he's barsing. I ain't heard it from start to finish.
I like it.
It sounds like he's kicking it.
The beat's cold. He's barsing. It's more like a reflective
kind
of track. He's just spitting bars. I think it's cold. I really like the beat. Brent, you heard it?
Not yet.
No? So yeah, that's 2 singles back to back. Obviously, the week before that, he released Toxic Trait with Fredo. It's funny how he released his album just last year, right? And it was mainly like melodic singing and stuff. And now he's coming back with just rapping. Maybe that's deliberate because of the reception his last project got, or maybe he just feels like rapping now. But yeah, 2 singles in 2 weeks is very telling for what's coming. So might be an album, might be a mixtape. But yeah, Longevity Flow is cold. I like it. I like the beat. I like his style. Got a decent video as well. So check that out. This one for Esther. Chris Brown's new single, Summer Too Hot. Esther, you heard it? Don't tell me you haven't heard it. This is your guy. this is your goat.
I actually haven't.
You haven't heard it?
Actually
To be fair, the release, there hasn't been much
No.
promo from it. I just stumbled across it on the gram. I think it's a slapper still.
Even Chris Brown too. Oh,
I
like
love
I love
Chris
him, but it's always him. Like, relax a little.
Oh, you mean he's putting out too much
Oh, every time.
music?
Yeah.
Good vibes, melodic. It's a real summer jam. So check it out and let me know what you think about it, because obviously you're the resident Chris Brown lover boy. So yeah, Chris Brown new single, Summer Too Hot. Summer vibes, dope, vocals, melodic, fun, sing along type of track. So yeah, check that out as well. I think that song's heavy. All right, next up, let's go to Young Thug's album. We heard it, Business is Business. Released a week after Gunna's album as well, which is
Interesting.
interesting. I don't know if that's strategic, coincidental, definitely on purpose.
I've heard a few songs off there.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Not enough to give an opinion. One song I heard on there was terrible.
What song was that? Do you remember what song that was?
I really dislike it. 1 second.
The general consensus is everyone's obviously comparing it to Gunna's album. And the consensus, before I listened to this album, the consensus was that Gunna's album is better.
Really?
Yeah. Features wise, he got Drake on here twice. He's got Future, 21 Savage, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi, and a few of his artists too. I actually like the album, you know, and I don't even think it's better than Gunna's album. Sorry, I don't think Gunna's album is better than this.
Money on the Dresser.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that one.
There's a horrible song.
Oh, you think it's okay? I know I remember it, but my take is
It's
whatever.
a bad song. Yeah. Only other one I've heard,
Yeah.
which I can't even contribute. Sorry.
That's cool.
The only other one I've heard is "Want Me Dead,"
Okay.
21 Savage, and I think
Okay.
that's cold.
Okay. I like Went Through It. I like Jonesboro. I like Mad Dog. Yeah, those are my top 3. I think it's alright. I think melody wise and what is catering to the current sound, Gunna's album is better. But in regards to the type of beats that I like to listen to in this realm, I think Young Thug kind of caters to me a bit more. And Young Thug having features as well adds a bit of meat to the album, whereas Gunna is just him by himself. So I feel like the features obviously add something to Gunna's album. Sorry, not Gunna's album, the Thug's album. See, I'm digging it, but the argument online is it's better than Guns' album is better than Thug's album, and that's the contentious conversation there.
I
Innit?
haven't listened to Gunna's album.
You haven't listened to it? I like it. It's right. It's decent. So yeah, check that out. Young Thug, Business is Business, and then Gunna's album was called A Gift and a Curse. So yeah, those two were released back to back. So check those out, and you could do your comparison too. And then, all right, Jim Jones. Jim Jones replied to Pusha T. We heard Jim Jones' response.
No.
No, you guys are not helping me.
Is that
out
way
here.
stand up in the street?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's kicking it though.
When I first heard it, I didn't love it, but when I listened to it a couple other times, I thought, you know what? He's saying some stuff. I feel like he's fighting the beat a bit.
I think it's decent. It's probably not enough.
It's not enough, but I think he matched Push's energy. Push's was a jab. This was a jab. This wasn't him going full throttle for his throat, right? In my opinion, like he kind of matched Push's energy. Push's probably got a lot more in the tank, and so's Jim. But I thought this was an adequate response to what Pusha put out. Like he's saying some stuff on here. I just don't like the pacing of the track. He feels like he's struggling to keep up with the beat in it. But besides that, the things he's saying is decent.
Yeah, no, it sounds
He's
lit.
coming from Malice. Talk about Pharrell a little bit. To be fair, the fact that Pusha is actually engaging in this battle, it's a compliment to Jim, because Pusha is the better MC. So for him to actually partake in this shows that even though Jim is not the best MC in the world, he is still somebody, and he still holds weight as an artist, as a member of Dipset, as a New York rapper. Like Jim has influence, Jim has weight in the game, innit? So the fact that Push is actually engaging in this shows that Jim is a somebody. So let's see how it unfolds. Cam recently, as of yesterday, he entered the chat, basically, back in Jim.
What do you say?
Let me read this caption. Mr. Camera. He said, nah, Push. Me and Capo definitely don't be on the same page all the time, but I don't go against the family. Harlem. Don't use, sorry, 1 second. Don't use no old problems. We had to try and win a battle. Get in the booth. You nice, but Jim Jones got you on the ropes, and you rope a doping. And I don't care if you guys put me in your bars. I quit. I do sports. So Cam's saying, don't get me involved. Don't use me.
So now why am I
in
in
your
it?
bars. Don't bring me into it. Me and Mace are doing our sports show, innit? I'm not involved in this.
Nothing you're not gonna say that's gonna draw me
Basically, yeah. So don't try and use me to. Nah, I'm not involved in it. So yeah, we see how that unfolds. I reckon Push is gonna release soon. So we'll see how that unfolds. But yeah, man. But I feel like from what I'm gauging online, people are not really rating Jim's response. But if you know, you know. Carla.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. It's Star Crow still. Quickly, because I realized the man that ain't participating this morning. So quickly, what was that quote, Beyonce?
Right, it was Beyonce, yeah. It was Beyonce,
Yeah, gang
Once.
Oh, your quote.
Yeah, he's right. What Bill said. The quote was, "You have to take it. No, power is not given to you. You have to take it." So,
that's
Star
not a
Crow, send us your email address. I'm gonna send you that
Beyonce?
ticket. Yeah, it was.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'll send it.
Using his brain, like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm not saying
He cheated.
he cheated. I'm saying
It was
ain't
at the top
no
of the
way
dome.
you heard that and thought that's Beyonce. So you just googled it.
Critical thinking. We love to see
Yeah,
it.
don't
man.
worry about me. I'll get it right, innit?
Give us your email address. I'm gonna get the tickets over to you, Killy.
Did WhatsApp
Yeah,
into
for
the
sure.
TDA number?
Yes, please.
Yeah, WhatsApp into the TDA number.
And thanks for participating.
See you Saturday. You sound cute.
Alright, cool. I'll do that now. Love.
Right, just some kind of love connection.
So that's a hotline. While we're here, yeah, I got one more. Well, not one more, but I got another one for you. Yeah,
So you're just gonna jump right in my section.
it's all right. Let's just they're
Sprinkle.
not gonna call it now. I'm just throwing it out there
I'm playing. Do you think?
quickly. There's a second one. More tickets for you. Real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing nobody is going to know whether you did it or not. Yeah. So doing the right thing, knowing whether nobody knows going to do it or not.
Yeah.
That's real integrity. That's the quote. That is the quote. Call in when you can.
That's what Chioma should say to Davido.
Manny Fresh.
You say Manny Fresh?
Manny Fresh. All right. Next up, anyone checked out watch the BT Awards or any of the coverage from that?
Yeah, man.
No, I
Fiasco.
saw JT and
Lil Uzi.
Yeah,
Uzi.
I'll get into
Yeah,
the
Baddie
Uzi in a
Babe.
second.
I saw Quavo and Offset.
Yeah, so basically, BT Awards, they were celebrating the 50 years of hip hop in it. So they had a lot of performers. There's no point in me running down the names. Everyone was there. Everyone you could think of was there and performed. Even if they were just doing the chorus from their song, it was literally it was a jam-packed show, innit? Jam-packed show. I didn't watch it. I just watched performances and snippets and the content BT put out on YouTube. But it looked sick. It looked like a fun, packed event. Notable things: Busta Rhymes won the Lifetime Achievement Award. Quavo and Offset reunited to perform a tribute to Takeoff. They done Bad and Bougie, but also they done a Takeoff verse before that. So hopefully this means that the beef between them is squashed. It's over.
They should have had an audio where Takeoff said, "Do you look like I was left on Bad and Bougie?"
They should have to be fair.
That'd have been lit.
I'm surprised they chose that song though to perform because I know it's their biggest hit, but because
Yeah, but, yeah.
Takeoff's not on it. I thought they should have done a
was
song
left
that Takeoff's on, so then they can both do a part of his verse together.
That would have been smart.
That kind of vibe in it. But yeah, as it's the 50 years of hip hop, I wanted to ask you guys a question. What song was it that first got you into hip hop? First got you listening to rap? I'll start just to help you guys out. So mine, for what I remember, was Warren G, Regulate. I think that was the first song that I heard that I thought, you know what, I like rap. So yeah, Warren G, Regulate was my one. That was in what, 92, I believe? 92, 93? Warren G, Regulate for me.
I thought it was like 94, you know.
Was 94?
Yeah, you might be right.
Let me double check. Marks, what about you? First song that got you into hip hop?
I can't think.
I'm just trying to think the earliest things that had an impression on me.
Yeah,
I think Crisscross.
you're right. It was 94 actually. My bad, 94.
The Daddy Mac can make ya.
Yeah,
Crisscross was massive.
yeah, 100%.
That Crisscross was huge.
Yep.
Like that had a proper impact on man as a kid. Like and every kid's like walking around wearing the dungarees, hanging off, wearing the dungarees back to front and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Culturally, that could be one of the first things I thought of. You could probably is that then, because I can't.
not the first hip hop song you ever heard. The first hip hop song that made you love it and thought, you know what, this is for me. This is the genre I want to listen to. Because I heard Crisscross jump, but I didn't hear that song and think I love rap.
I've never thought of music like that.
Okay.
If that makes sense. It's just always been there. So culturally in my demographic where I've come through different times in the early 90s, drum and bass. That's what I know I'm around, drum and bass. Then it's dancehall. You get me? Like, then it's dancehall. Dancehall's massive. And then
You know what? The first dancehall song that got me into but was Oh Carolina.
that's Shaggy.
Yeah.
All right then.
Sick tune, you know?
It was big rhythm to be fair.
Oh Carolina was the first one.
But like, yeah, these things are just like, and then you just go through the motions. Garage, you get me? Like grime, like whatnot. I couldn't tell you the first incidents that I've come in contact with the music and what got me into it. They just always just feel like a part of me. Like rap and hip hop just feels like it's just always been a part of me. Like it's just what I've always listened to.
Yeah.
Even though there was a point where I wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I honestly couldn't tell you what got me into that. I just feel like it's what I've always supposed to be listening to. Like, because I've just grew up listening to music as a kid in my house and listening to reggae and rare groove and R&B and soul and so it's just they just go hand in hand. Music's just always been a part of my life. I can't think of what got me into it or what made me think. That's hard for me.
Okay. All right. Brent, what about you? Any particular song that stands out? Esther, you got an idea? That's even
probably
if
like
rap is even, hip hop is even your thing to where there is that you had that moment.
I feel like for some reason I remember like maybe like Diddy songs.
Okay.
Back when he was Puff.
Yeah.
But then that'll be like my brother listening to stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because back then we watched a lot of music channels. Like MTV was a whole
MTV
thing.
Base
And what was the song when he was
Box.
on the roof, but not going anywhere?
On the roof, not going anywhere.
Music channels.
We can't be stopped now because it's bad boys. But yeah, for some reason that's the
Oh,
first thing in my mind.
Bad Boys for Life.
Nowhere.
Yeah, I feel like that's my first what I can remember. Like
Okay.
the first rap.
Rap song that you kind of was
Yeah,
introduced to.
that took in. I really like that video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you, Brett.
Can't remember.
Can't remember. No, I hear that. Let me mention some of my other early ones actually. Do you remember Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff? Boom Shake the Room.
100%. That was definitely one of them.
Yeah,
That's
Boom
definitely
Shake the Room was a big one when I was in school.
Boom.
He sounds like Will Smith.
Obviously, MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This,
Yeah.
or Here Comes the Hammer. Even Gangsta's Paradise when I was in school was
I was gonna
a
say
massive
that,
one
yeah,
that kind of introduced me to
100%.
rap. But yeah, there's tons of songs about those. Those are a few that kind of stick out to me. All right, and then obviously moving on from, I'm sure Esther reported it, the whole Lil Uzi Vert thing. I'm not really talking about that, but he released a little trailer for his album that's coming out on Friday, The Pink Tape. So if you're an Uzi fan, you've got a Lil Uzi Vert album coming out on Friday. 1 second. So yeah, the album cover is him standing in front of a pink American flag. And no features or track list has been released yet, but just the date, which is this Friday, and the title is The Pink Tape. So Lil Uzi Vert fans. And obviously that's coming off, obviously the massive single he had, I Wanna Rock, which came out last year. So following on from that, he's got an album coming out. So yeah,
The TikTok one.
I Wanna
Is that
Rock.
Uzi?
Rock,
Oh,
rock.
way.
Yeah, that's all Uzi, man.
That's lit.
Yeah, so that's The Pink Tape, Friday. And then Central C, Central C signs a groundbreaking record deal with Columbia Records US. Columbia Records US today announced Central C as a brand new signing, which according to sources is a joint venture agreement with Sony Music. Yeah. The big point about this whole thing, the reason why it's been deemed as monumental is because he's keeping all his masters and all his Sorry, go on, caller. What's up?
No, I'm calling for the quote.
What's that?
Good morning,
The
Corporal.
quote.
I'm calling.
Go on.
Yeah. It's Oprah.
Who did you say it was?
What's your name?
Nah, sorry, Kitty, that's wrong.
What's the Oprah?
You know, man's thinking, wait, I Googled it, brother. What do you mean it's wrong? Yeah, no, that's definitely right, man. That's
Oh.
Oh, you get me.
Who is speaking to?
Huh? Who we speaking to?
Yeah, you can say the name.
So, Brent. No,
God,
what
this
the
thing is
hell?
so annoying.
So, what's your name, Killy?
Greek.
Who?
Greek.
Greek.
Okay.
Jeez,
Oh,
Yeah.
Greek. All right, cool. Yeah, send us your email. I want to get them tickets to you, man. See you Saturday, man.
All right.
Where's something nice for
Oh.
Esther?
Greek the Freak.
Just
Greek
so
the
you all
freak.
know, Kevin actually WhatsApped.
But we
about
said
5
call.
minutes ago.
We said
with
call.
Oprah.
We said call.
And I did say
Kevin, you don't listen
for
to
him
instructions.
call.
Well, he
What
didn't.
are we doing here?
We're coming last. Kevin coming last. Next. What's the next quote?
Don't
The
do that
rules
to
are
Kevin.
no. The rules are simple. Call in. Someone can't be on the phone right now. Big up
He
Greek.
said
Can't
he
be on
was
the phone right
afraid
now.
to call in because
He's what?
he knows you don't like him.
All right,
Yeah, but when
Kevin.
has Kevin ever been scared of women? Don't you dare give him that ticket.
No,
What do you think is going on?
Greek's getting a ticket.
I was about to say.
Yeah, he's still getting it.
Greek's getting a ticket.
So say the next quote, and then Kevin can get on his Zoom and Google the quote and call him for the third. We are a fair platform. Big up Kevin T, but big up Greek.
Should I read the next one? Quickly.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, cool. We've got... Oh, shit. All right, cool. Here's a quote here. It says, stay woke, Killies. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. That's a word.
Is Greek still on the phone?
No, he's gone. Greek's gone, right? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you send
Didn't
emails.
say bye.
What?
I got the answer.
Go.
Okay.
I was typing fast. I typed the whole thing is as you said it.
Wait. What kind of who came up with the rules in this
Quick,
for this game?
quick clue.
You can't do
Initials is M-A. Go. Initials is M-A.
No, just keep talking. We're following the phone when they're ready. We're not waiting for them.
Initials
this.
M-A.
No. But how is it?
I don't know what he's doing.
No, I'm giving a clue.
Oh, you're gonna say the answers to get a ticket. I was thinking, what's going
No,
on
the
here?
initials of the person is
Oh, okay.
M-A.
He's giving them a hint. Hangman.
M-A. Go for it. I don't know why no one's calling yet, because that's bait.
It's a few seconds behind.
Oh, here's a delay. Okay, cool. All right, go for it, guys. Go for it.
God, I just showed the joke.
All right. So what was I saying before? Columbia Records US today announced Central C as a brand new signing, which according to sources is a joint venture agreement with Sony Music UK in a deal led by US executive Boo Fiam, that's Akon's brother. It is said that in the deal, Central C will retain full ownership of his masters in a similar set up with AD in UK. So that's the big talking point, is that he's actually keeping his masters, which most artists don't get that kind of deal in it. So big up Central C. There you go.
Kevin, that better be you.
I told you, bro.
No,
Kevin, I ain't been trying to hear your voice. Let's do it.
This is your king, Esther.
Oh, I ain't got a king. Who's my king?
Sele.
I'm like Davido. I've
Sally.
got hella kings.
Who's a king? Sele, innit?
Hold up. Three people are calling at once now.
I told you.
Oh,
Listen,
okay. Do you know?
that
Hello.
Ah, it's the Keto King.
That's you.
It's the Keto King.
Kevin, I was rooting for you, Kevin. You must be on 3 Network because I was rooting for you. Definitely.
What's going on? How's everyone today?
What's happening, King? You all right?
Yeah. What? Maya Angelou?
Are you asking?
I'm not gonna lie.
My man read that off on paper.
You butchered that voice, bro. Maya Angelou.
I never heard it before, but is this how
I
it's
think it's
pronounced?
her.
I like that.
Is this how you say it?
That was terrible.
I'm not too sure.
Damn.
Oh man.
Send us your email.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, yeah. In fact, say less. I'm gonna send you my email.
Yeah,
I'm
send
gonna
it.
send you my email.
Yeah, do
And you
that.
got better 10 as well.
Send the email, Killy. I'll see you on Saturday.
Okay, no worries. Everyone have a.
You too, man.
Wait. Good morning, callers.
Yo,
There's
Kevin.
one more ticket up for grabs.
Is this Kevin?
Yes, big man.
It's not.
Well on, bro.
I'm good.
Who is this though?
The answer is
morning.
Maya Angelou. Good morning, Esther. Well on. You good?
Who is this? What's your name? We need to
Maya Angelou. Am I right?
Yeah, you was right.
are.
You're right.
What's your name, babe?
Nice one. Send the deets.
This time he can try
your name
to.
is. Esther would like to know what your name is.
Yeah, what's your name, King?
Jide, still.
Jeez.
What is it? Oh, you're Nigerian and everything.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Send your email, and we'll get it over. All right, cool. That's all the tickets gone for today.
In a bit.
Appreciate you, lot, man.
See ya.
Appreciate you, lot. There's still tickets for sale and things, so you lot go and get them if you want to pull up. And then
Tomorrow we're doing another giveaway.
yeah, but I was just talking about today.
Okay, sorry.
For the girls.
Wait, keep talking. There's a quote that I want to do.
No, that's lit, man.
No, I'm being serious.
Oh, you say be serious?
Yeah.
What was it about his voice that got you, Esther?
Okay. Which one?
The last one.
He just sounded very like my type, voice-wise.
Voice-wise.
Voice. I have a type with the voice. I have a voice type, but he sounded very, I like how he said good morning, Esther. I like a bit of, I like
Very
a
put
man that
together.
commands respect.
Come on, man.
It's a bit of me.
Put on a shirt, man. Put on a shirt.
Yeah, put a nice silk shirt.
Alright,
Actually,
guys,
no,
I'm
you
ready.
sweat through that's nice. That's icky.
Just sweating through the silk.
Ew. I don't want to see that.
I'm ready.
Alright, let's do it.
All right, so who said this quote?
Gosh.
Only thing that's gonna save you is sorry.
This is me.
Shut up, man. Only thing that's gonna save you is if there's a problem with the weapon.
The heck?
Sounds like a
Who said that?
A great rapper.
mechanic.
What is a mechanic?
First person to call in. Let's go.
I cannot anymore. I just I can't.
I laughed.
All right, come on, just keep going.
I'm on.
Rotation. No rotation.
All right, cool. All right, what else did I have? You know what? That's all I had actually. That's all I had.
A man said Clint Eastwood. That's so funny.
What I said? That's all I had. Actually, what else I got? All right, cool. Busta Rhymes, obviously coming off winning the Lifetime Achievement Award. He's actually got a new single called Beach Ball featuring Bia, which is quite cool. Also, actually, I got a question for Esther. I feel like the girls are really leading the race in hip hop right now. As in
They're leading?
They're leading the race in
Yeah,
hip hop.
they are, you know.
You've got like obviously Lola Brooke,
Yeah.
Lotto, City Girls, Coloré,
They're doing really well.
BR, a few others, right?
I feel like Cardi's cooking.
Cardi as well with the
feel it in my
features.
soul.
Are you feeling the same as me that the girls are really leading the
Yeah.
back?
I like it for the girls. I just don't like when they have the stupid drama.
Yeah.
But they're defo lead in terms
Yeah.
of like the music and stuff.
Yeah.
It was good watching them. Do you watch some of the performances?
I watched some of them, yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. And even at Summer Jam. Summer Jam is a
Okay.
festival they do in New York.
Okay.
Hot 97.
Oh,
the
yeah,
radio
yeah,
station.
yeah,
They
I've
put
heard
on
about that, yeah.
that every year, innit? Most of the headliners were all girls, all
lit.
female rappers.
That is lit.
So yeah.
That's lit.
Yeah, no.
I love that. I love that for
Girls are really leading the way right now in hip hop, innit? But
I love that for them.
yeah, that's it for the rotation, guys.
Thank you.
Make sure you call in for that lyric though.
All right, let's get into our last headlines quickly.
All right, so our last headline, trigger warning here. Basically, 3 men have been arrested on suspicion of kidnap after a 13-year-old girl went missing from a birthday party.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Carmel Heppy was reported missing on Sunday, this according to the Met Police. The force said that Carmel from Barnsley went to London on Saturday before going to a party in Peckham and leaving with a group of people at about 2300, it's 11 o'clock at night, right? She's also believed to have been at an address in Croydon, in Lewisham, and in Purfleet as well, in Essex. Somebody from the force pretty much said that, you know what, there's no information, said that while there's no information to suggest Carmel had come to serious harm, her age, vulnerabilities, and concerns around who she may be associating with had meant the investigation to locate her is being led by detectives from Specialist Crime. 3 men, all aged in their 20s, have been arrested on suspicion of kidnap, and all of them remain in custody at this time. Detective Chief Inspector Chris Wood obviously spoke to the public and basically said, if you guys can help, it's a matter of urgency. If you've seen her or know her or have information about where she is or has been, it is imperative that you contact us. It doesn't matter if you're a friend who has heard or seen something in passing, you won't be in trouble. What matters is that you contact, as you could have significant information to help us find a missing teenage girl. And the very last headline, another trigger warning here, and a man has died after stabbing himself in front of a horrified bunch of commuters on a busy central London tube station. The British Transport Police said that they were called to Sloane Square tube station shortly before 10:30 a.m. yesterday to reports of a man who has sustained serious self-inflicted injuries. The MP for Chelsea and Fulham, Greg Hands, said he was shocked and saddened by news of a stabbing at Sloane Square station this morning. One eyewitness said on social media about the incident that people have been running around in a panic at Sloane Square station. A lady has screamed, "Run, run, run." Obviously, there's loads of commotion, and unfortunately, this man has passed away. But that is it for the headlines.
Thank you very much. Let's get into our interview segment. Is Mike muted? Sound.
How about now?
You didn't mute the. Did you unmute? You didn't unmute the whole time.
Way.
I don't know. Wait a minute. Nobody's been hearing anything.
I had everything in the headphones
No one
though.
was listening.
That
I
is
can't
crazy.
believe
no
that.
sound.
Stacey, are you calling to find
Yeah, she's
out
calling
that
to
nobody
say-
was hearing anything?
Oh, okay, that's good then.
No, we heard nothing.
We heard nothing. All right, thank you
That's
very
good.
much, Stacey.
No one
You're
heard
the
my
best.
shout-out.
Goodbye.
There was mute.
Can you imagine?
All right, let's run it from the top. Let's
But
run
that was
top.
I
Come
didn't know
We're
about that.
meant to get accountability. That was my fault. I told him to.
Big up,
mute
Harley.
That was the first thing I thought. Oh, they didn't hear that. That's good.
All right, people, we'll start again.
Sorry,
So, we have a wonderful guest today as promised.
Mm-hmm.
This is Priscilla. Obviously, she's going to introduce herself a bit more and everything like this. But just wanted to mention to everyone, the other day when we were talking about the kickback, the TDA team went to see The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Big up the kickback, of course.
Always.
Priscilla and the Aphro team were there, basically.
That's cool beverages.
You know what I'm saying? Heard great things. Also heard it was black owned. And obviously we champion black owned businesses here. You know what I'm saying? And so we thought, you know what, let's reach out to Priscilla. Let's see if we can get her on the show. She, of course, obliged. And she's here today. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for the invite.
How are you, first of all?
I'm
How's the
good.
manners?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good.
Happy to be here.
Good. So yeah, my first question, I guess, is like, how did you get into this? Because like, to me, yeah, I know it's not exactly the same, but you know, those type of situations where you hear about people being like astronauts, right, and certain other professions.
Yes, like what did you know to do
exactly to get into
here? Yeah.
So how did you get into the alcohol?
I'll tell you a little bit of a funny joke actually if I get there. Someone said to me, so you studied, your parents suffered, you went to uni to sell aquetishi. But that's not all it is. So it's you know, all I can say is that someone is guiding this, you know. I have got a strong faith, so the man upstairs is guiding me. So, you know, God is behind this because how I partnered with this company has been remarkable. So it's gone from quite a simple thing to tasting and actually, you know, talking and saying that, you know, this is something that I want to bring to the UK. This is West African. This is our drink. This is something that people need to know about.
So where are you currently then? Because you're bringing it to the UK. Where are you based at the moment?
So it's made in Ghana. It's not a Ghanaian spirit. We're calling it a West African spirit. So this is the spirit of West Africa. It's award-winning in Ghana. So it's been in Ghana for about 3 years now. And we've just we've taken a modern twist on an old ancestral spirit. So this is a spirit that a lot of people's grandparents, parents may have heard of, and they're probably quite scared. So like, oh, don't drink that because it's, you know, it's a local drink. It's, you know, people say firewater. But it's not so much that. It's the fact that we didn't really know what to do with it. So before the slave trade, people were drinking it. This was our drink that we were drinking, tapped from a palm tree. And then it was banned because actually they realised how good our spirit was. And then it would stop whiskies coming in, etc., which is what they were using to trade. So we kind of forgot about it. We've parked it. We've called it a local drink. Everybody wants to be westernised. You know, this whole globalization that everybody wants to have what's coming from outside. So we've taken this spirit, we've infused it with pineapple, passion fruit and honey in one of them, and then ginger, herbs and spice in the other. So this is our drink, and we, you know, that is part of our thing that we want to identify as, you know, this is African identity.
So did you say it was not banned, but it was, you say it was banned?
Yeah, it was banned. So
officially, legally?
Yeah, colonial days, it was a drink that you weren't allowed to drink.
It's interesting history.
So you know how you say it's like a palm spirit, yeah? May sound like a crazy dumb question there, but how is it different to like palm wine?
So this is a spirit from palm wine. So when you tap the palm tree, you will get palm wine from the palm tree, and this is triple distilled. So we've triple distilled it, and we've taken the spirit. And that's what it is.
So you draw the spirit off from the palm wine.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Palm wine slaps, you know.
I'm telling you.
One little sip, you're dead.
You leave it for a couple of hours and it's extra strong.
Yep.
This is it. This is why I don't like the palm wine in this country, because obviously it's all bottled. It doesn't ferment.
Yeah, it doesn't.
More, you know what I'm saying?
You need to ferment. You need the real stuff.
You need the fresh one.
Slaps.
So like, obviously, like you said, I think you said it before, obviously the meeting thing. Anyway, what do you call it? You've been in this for like 18 months, you said, right? But Aphro itself has kind of been growing in Ghana, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's I guess some of the inspiration behind Aphro, like in terms of like the name or maybe
It's about having an African identity. So our team, I would say, are very strong. We're all heading for the same mission and vision, and that's why we all really click. I think it's one of the most solid business teams I've ever worked in. It does feel like a family, you know, and it's a bit cliche to say that, but it really is. So it doesn't matter what it is, we're all in this together, you know, the hard times. It's not an easy business to be in, especially when you're trying to push something that is new. People don't know what it is. We've got a very strong team, and the idea is that, like I said, we can bring our African spirit off the shores of Africa. So we are making a lot of movements in places like the US, Canada, Kenya, South Africa. So it doesn't just end, you know, in Ghana, Nigeria. So, you know, this is a West African spirit. So all across West Africa, you know, people do identify with this drink. And it's going to be amazing when we are, you know, listed as a separate category as palm spirit. So, currently now we're not.
Yeah.
we're called liqueur from palm spirit because of that reason, because they've never seen palm spirit. They don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is.
Mm.
That is so
Interesting.
cool.
So like you mentioned before, yeah, obviously you believe God directed you on this path, yeah. Can you go into a bit more of the story of how you basically came in contact?
Yeah, so I've done a number of different businesses. I know I look very young. I'm not as young as I look. Big up to my parents for the good genes. Yeah, so I've done a number of different businesses. I've been different avenues, and this is something that no matter what the challenge is, we overcome it. And I strongly feel I have that strong passion. And I feel that, so many great things are coming. And from when I was young, I've loved Ghana. I've always been the person to go into school and say, I'm Ghanaian. When it wasn't cool to be Ghanaian, I didn't care. So anyone that knows me from primary school will know that Priscilla is from Ghana. That is just it. They all know about Ghana. I worked for a top tier 4 bank. We celebrated Ghana independence.
Oh, sick.
So it was something that I always carried. So everybody at work knew that Priscilla is Ghanaian. And I knew I would do something for Africa. I didn't know what it was. And this is just the last thing I even thought about. So, it came, I was in a place in Ghana called Alibar. And actually that's where I first sampled Aphro. And it was still very new. So it wasn't out there. And I said, wow, is this made in Ghana? And it was like, most people think, look at the branding. So I was looking at the bottle. I was like, really? I kept asking, are you sure? Are you sure? I was like, why have I not seen this anywhere? Because they were still very new.
Okay.
I was like, I'm going to take this to the UK.
When was this? What year was this?
This was in 2020.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so...
that's amazing.
Yeah,
3 years, you've done a lot. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so I just knew I would bring it to the UK. On what scale, I didn't know. I did also think that I would be supporting more in Ghana. I didn't realise that this was something that I would carry myself. I would invest in it. I would, reach out to people. And it's been fantastic. And I tell you what, when you start your own business, that's when you realise, true family, true friends. Because there's times where, things that you wouldn't even know about people. But when you start doing a business, their skills come out and you think, wow. And they said, yeah, I'm here for you. I can do this. I can do things that, way off, like I never expected. People have surprised me. And every day, we just thank God for the blessings. And
Amazing.
So when you was out there and you sampled it, had you moved back to Ghana at that point? Or did you move, have you moved back for this?
It was in transition. So it was something...
Move?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think it was in transition. I didn't plan to, be in Ghana. But then it's quite hard because I have to go to Ghana quite regularly based on the drink and the relationship, etc. But because we're distributing in the UK, we are the distributors for the UK. This is where I predominantly need to be and pushing it out there. You can have a lot of challenges. So you've got to make sure the logistics work. So we import it from Ghana. So, there are a number of different hurdles.
Yeah, 'cause I was going to say, what would it be like? Because in Ghana, the regulations and things that you need to, boxes you need to check might be different over here. Or is it the same because it's alcohol?
No, it's not the same. So there is a number of different things. So logistically, trying to get things out of Ghana is not always so straightforward.
Okay.
Also, trading standards in the UK. There's a lot of import duty. So this is something quite close to my heart, the fact that we pay a lot of duty on our drinks. So there's an alcohol duty that we have to pay, excise duty. They don't get taxed the same when they take drinks to Africa. So why is that? And that there's something that's not fair in there, which we have to pursue because we're leading it, and it's something that we're looking into now. So we've raised it with a number of different authorities, which will all push for it because it doesn't make sense.
Right,
Before we've done anything, we're paying close to £10 for excise duty and VAT. So where does that leave us? And we're fighting against likes of some of the big brands. We want to be able to support our community more, but when you're stuck like that, and there is a minimum amount you have to ship in order to make it make sense.
What's the minimum?
So for it to make sense, we do a container. So you can fit probably about 7,000 bottles. So if you think about that, it's not cheap.
It's not.
It's not cheap, and you have to do that to make your numbers. If not, So it's not a cheap business, but I wouldn't say that should discourage anyone who's thinking of doing anything. I think it's important. We're here for a mission. We have to do it, whatever it takes. in order to break those boundaries. And it's just that we will be creating pathways for those who are following us. So someone has to do it. And that's why I'm saying it has to be guided, because I tell you, it's not an easy business to be in.
Would it be cheaper if you made it somewhere else?
Probably. It would be cheaper if it was made in the UK, because you wouldn't have the duty that you have to put on the bottle. So it would be cheaper, but then we'd also lose the organic, because it's an organic product. It's straight from the tree. There's no ethanol in there. So we'd lose that.
Oh, yeah, because you can't transport that over. No,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a mess. It's interesting, though, because, you know, like here, when we have businesses here, we're like, it's a black-owned business. But then, like, when you're back home, everybody's black. It's just a business. Do you get what I mean? So, like, I guess you market, because to be fair, you market as a home, not homegrown, but it's from our,
Yeah.
you know, like our land, I guess.
Yeah.
But what is it like running a business in Ghana, though?
In Ghana, Ghana has a number of challenges, but we're getting there. And I think now there's a lot of people from the diaspora in Ghana, people trying to make ways. And something that I'm quite passionate about is people returning.
Yeah.
So as much as, you might find opportunity outside of Ghana, I strongly believe you should come back and do something.
Yeah.
It should always be give back. If we don't give back, we're not going to progress. So one of the things, though, I do employ a lot of people, local people in Ghana as part of the business. And I do that because I want them to learn how to operate in an international business.
Yeah.
So I do have some people in the UK, but they train them. So they might not be, top of their game, but they'll get there.
Yeah.
I support things like study. If you're studying at university, I will not shut the door to you, because I do think that you can have the time to study and to work. Because otherwise you're going to end up with a degree and no job. And I have fantastic people working for me. And there is a lot of talent in Africa. I think we should tap into that more. And like I said, give back.
Yeah.
We should. Otherwise, it's going to be a long journey.
That's really cool.
So currently, so like, do you kind of still need investors? And also, how did you get the initial investors?
So investment-wise, I think we're okay as a company. I think we're okay. I think we're established. We've got strong enough roots, especially in the UK. We've done I think 3 shipments now. We're quite solid. So we've got some in a bonded warehouse, some in our own warehouse. Our main investor, I'd say, came from an old friend, and I just happened to share, kind of what I was doing. I said, yeah, Priscilla, I believe in what you're doing. I'm here to support. And it surprised me. It blew me, because I spent ages scrambling my head thinking, how on earth am I going to do this? It's not easy, shipping, drinks that's already got £10 on every bottle, you can imagine. So I did think, how was I going to do this? And it's just people believing and people saying, you know what, I'm in. So, count me in. And they have been. The support has been unbelievable.
What's the fee? This might be a bit of a tough question here, but what's the feedback been in terms of like the price tag, like here in the UK?
Yeah, it's mixed feelings, but I think it is about knowing your market.
Okay.
So I think there's something that we struggle with. I think culturally, we always want things discounted or cheaper. So even if you put it as £100, and we say, "Oh, can you get it cheaper?" It doesn't matter, but we're trying to save the pennies.
Yeah.
That's the culture we had to come from because we struggled. But then if it had Versace on there, no one's going to complain about the price tag. So it's been different mixed feelings. But I do think people that believe in the product or like the product are prepared to pay. So we've not really struggled with price. It's more expensive than if you were, to order, some of the rums that are out there. But it is a premium spirit, and it is organic, and it has had to travel. So we're doing our best, on our website, $39.99, and we're trying to keep it as low as possible so that everyone can experience it.
Because I was going to ask you about that, because I think on your Insta there's an Amazon link, right?
Yeah.
But you have your own website where you can purchase directly to you. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we have coastlinespirits.com, which is our own website. We're also on Amazon. Yeah, we're in Black and Carnaby. So we've got a few online places. Value Africa, you can buy it as well.
Okay, cool. What are some of the challenges, I guess, in getting it into like shops?
The challenge that we've got, actually, we've not rushed to go to shops.
Okay.
And the reason why is because people don't know what it is. So if you put a drink on the shelf and it doesn't sell, you could close that door very quickly. So we are now ready at the point where more people are asking for the drink. We get more orders. So We have got some exciting things coming up shortly. I don't want to spoil it here yet, but you could see us in the high street very soon.
Sick. Okay.
It's not gonna call a spoiler, it's called an exclusive. Thanks.
That's really cool. How did you? Because obviously we met you at the Kickback event. How that collaboration come about?
The Kickback. So I saw. So Diane had posted. So Diane from the Kickback had been doing it. They've been doing really, really well. I love seeing their events, and I reached out to Diane actually and said, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
It was a while back actually. Let me know if ever you need support, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I linked with Diane. They said, they were doing the Little Mermaid, and she asked if we would mind coming along to like sponsor drinks, etc. I said, why not? So it was, and it is about that working together, and that's one of the things that we really need to do better at. So as much as we shout out about black owned, we want this, and people think we're disadvantaged. Together we are united and we can do more. And it's about not just thinking about the money, look at the opportunity. And running a business like this, it's not, some of the people that have supported me hasn't been through necessarily just like money. Or it could be things that I've done like 20 years ago that I didn't even remember, but they remember it and they're like, no, you don't understand how that helped me. So I'm willing, and I think, wow, just things that you just do from the kindness of your heart can help. So I think we need to do more of that. And more supporting where we can, and then we can move forward.
Yeah. When you said you were at the restaurant and then you saw the drink, so did you see a palm spirit or did you see like Aphro in itself?
So I didn't even see. So I was with a group of friends, and someone had bought the bottle.
Okay.
And at the table, so I just tasted it. I didn't even think about what is it that I'm drinking. I tasted it, and I was just taken back. I said, is this made in Ghana? I was really surprised.
Yeah. So how did you link up with the
with
owners,
Aphro itself?
Yeah.
So I then went on a mission to find out who
because that's to drink a drink and like it so much. Like actually, I want to know who's behind this.
Yeah.
And like now be part of it. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. It was driven because I wouldn't normally. You just think, maybe something I'll do later on. It's not something that you would, overly think about. But I was like, no, I need to find them. And I even went to a nightclub, and they were doing sampling. In the nightclub, and there was a guy there, and I said to him, he said, I can link you with my boss who's in marketing, and you can speak to him. So I initially spoke to him saying, what help do you need? Like, I'm so proud of your brand. Like, how can I help you? I can use my network as much as possible. And through conversation, that's when they said, why don't you pitch for the tender to go to the UK? And I was like, this is sort of bigger than me. I thought, I'm not ready in that position to do something as big as this. And I've not been in the alcohol industry, and I've worked in some bars previously when I was younger, but I've not, worked in the alcohol industry as such. So that's how, but that's the thing, it has to be guided.
Probably the passion that drove them to say that, because to taste a drink and like follow up on it as well and be like, do you know, if you need any help in any kind of way. So when you came into the company, what was your role coming in?
So I came as a salt. So I did actually do, so I wanted to know more about the brand actually. So during one of the Decembers actually, I went out on, doing sampling events with the team, but I didn't tell anyone who I was really. So
as in
people
sampling Aphro drinks?
Aphro, yeah. So people were making like cocktails. They were going out. It was like December in Ghana, as you might know, is crazy.
It's December.
So, loads of different events going on. So I actually went out with the team. I organised a couple of events. I partnered with a couple of people. And the people that were actually working on the team didn't know I had anything to do with like distributing in the UK, anything like that.
Okay.
But I want to see how it works. And I'm one of those people, I want to see how on the ground. So I was there, selling, talking to people, doing all sorts. And and I must say I am quite passionate about it because I know it's a good product.
That's really cool. So then when you came in, you just came in as the person who's gonna be the UK Aphro UK.
Yeah.
So cool.
Do you have experience doing that stuff before?
No. So I even like that December, I called my family and I was like, right, I'm sending you some samples to the UK. It was like Christmas, they were in the UK and they started drinking, they had a good Christmas. And I said, like, give me some feedback. They enjoyed it. But I never, I've not had any experience.
Has the drinks changed since you come on board?
Nothing drastically. I think we work together more about like strategic stuff.
Okay.
The actual product is the same.
Okay.
The only thing that has come along is that we've got now ready to drink called Aphro Chill.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a really good, really, really good product.
Is that just in Ghana at the moment?
We've now brought it to the UK.
Oh, sick.
So we're doing an official launch soon. So we've got ready to drink. We're actually going to be saying, I don't know if you guys know about Ghana Party in the Park.
Yes, I
Yeah,
went when I was
15th
younger.
of July at Trent Park. So
Yeah.
we are one of the sponsors. So
Oh, sick.
we will
That's
be
amazing.
launching
Nice.
Afro Chill at Ghana Party in the
Oh,
park.
congratulations. That's amazing.
Sounds like an invitation to me.
Yes.
No, if you're Ghana Pass in the park, everyone can go there. You don't need
Well,
a Ghana Pass.
No, you don't.
And what I want to go to is the launch. You say you're having a launch?
We're hoping to do a launch, but we will be launching the product at Ghana
Oh,
Park.
at Ghana
So
Park,
you
yeah.
can you can come along. If you
That's
go on
so
our
cool.
Instagram, you can enter our competition. We've got a competition running at the moment, so you
Okay.
can win some tickets.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You're not betting on our tickets that we're giving away today, though.
No, that's really cool.
So like obviously like we can obviously tell you're very driven and very dedicated, right? And disciplined when it comes to pushing this. What's your like I guess your short-term goals for this basically?
Short term, I'd say I've got more long term than short term.
Okay.
So I would say short term, we need to just let as many people taste it as possible. That is probably the short term. But long term, I'm just so proud to have an African drink, you know, and that for me that is fulfilling. So I'm not in this for the money, you know. It'd be nice to get good money behind it, but I'm here for the, you know, the vision. And I think when we have this on the shelves, when people are talking about palm spirit as a drink, then I would, you know, that would satisfy me. Because the same way as, you know, like vodka, people say, you know, Russia, tequila. I remember tequila when it wasn't really a big thing. You know, back when I was younger, like tequila, no one really talked about tequila. And also, you know, and sambuca, all these things came about.
Horrible.
Absinthe, you know, all these things. And these things aren't, I didn't think they tasted nice, but this is something that tastes nice. So I'm like, you know, for generations, people will talk about it.
Yeah, that's amazing. What flavours have you got now?
So this is the pineapple, passion fruit and honey, and the ginger one, which is the more.
I love the
The
names
more.
though, you know. The
Yeah,
more
yeah, they're
Like,
African.
yeah.
They all got African history. Yeah,
and the newbie. It's
Yeah.
newbie, right?
yep, from the Nubian.
Nubia.
Yeah.
That's it. I love that. Are you going to come up with more flavour? You're going to come up with more flavours?
Yeah, we are. We're working on a few things at the moment.
That's sick. That's amazing.
Exclusive. I might have to announce it.
What's the ready drink?
Yeah, that new
Like,
passion.
yeah. Oh, was it?
It's called New Passion,
New Passion.
and More Lemon. So they're
Okay.
based on the different spirits. So the New Passion is based on the newbie,
Okay.
and the More Lemon is based on the more.
the more.
Yeah,
Okay.
How'd you go with the names?
it wasn't me. It's a team.
Oh, okay.
It's a strong team. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. It's all collaborative and incorporative.
Yeah.
It's not one person going to say this is what we're doing. It's
Yeah.
actually the whole team gets in on it.
You need that though, because like it takes creativity. Like I really
Yeah.
like the bottle. Do you know what I mean? So like you need that creativity. So it's nice to have. You
I
know,
feel like I saw that bottle today when I was scrolling through Instagram.
probably
on a-
did. They probably
on a
government knew she was
video.
coming today.
It's weird because when I looked in, I saw it, and I'm like, that ain't the first time I've seen that. But I was scrolling through some videos earlier, and I think I see it somewhere.
Oh, that
Love
means
that.
we're reaching the right
You
places.
are.
That's the power of the African spirit, man.
Yep. Yeah.
So as one of the listeners asked, what's the percentage of alcohol in it?
40%. So it's 40% alcohol. I think we can compete with the likes of, you know, Hennessy, Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
We're up in that
40%
range.
you therefore.
You have a good night. I don't know anyone that hasn't had a good night drinking Aphro.
I like that. I like
I love
that.
it.
Okay, well, before we wrap up, I did want to ask, what's your biggest life lesson so far?
There are many life lessons. I think the biggest thing for me is don't worry about tomorrow. So you worry about here and now. So things happen, but you know, you just got to worry about today, what's happening today.
Yeah.
And then, you know, focus. But that doesn't mean go wild and, you know, splash your cash like this is your last day on earth. But it means don't worry about all the things that you don't need to worry about for today. Just get through today. Anything that's immediate or important, deal with that.
Okay, I like that. I like
I
that.
love that.
If you don't mind, can you say all your socials again, please?
Yeah, at Afro Spirit UK and at Coastline Spirits. Big shout out to Afro Spirit itself, our mother company.
And that's APH.
RO, yeah, Spirit.
So Afro Spirits.
Afro
and-
Spirit.
okay,
Yeah, Afro
Afro
Spirit.
Spirit.
APHRO.
Cool.
Spirit UK. And Coastline, COAST
Yeah.
LINE. And then Afro Spirit, APHRO SPIRIT.
Sick.
And Coastline is basically where you can actually buy the drinks direct from you.
Yeah,
guys.
so we're the importers. So Coastline is the company that I created
Okay.
based on Aphro spirits. So after I tasted the drink, I needed to import the drink to the UK, and I created a company which is Coastline Spirits.
Okay.
Yeah, because the vision is there's so many countries that have got good drinks that we need to bring out. So that's why Coastline. So a lot of these countries on the coast, because it goes back to slave days where that's where the easy ports. So the vision is to bring more, drinks from other countries that are in a similar situation. But
so like Coastline will kind of be where you go for like different drinks from different places.
Yeah.
This is what I was
That's
just
a
about to
sick
ask that as well.
concept.
Yeah. So that's
So you are willing, to work with other African.
Yeah. We are willing, but once Aphro, because Aphro is
Exactly.
that's
That's the
on
main
my
thing.
heart. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. But once we can open the avenue, I'm more than willing to support and help other
I think
brands.
that'd be really cool, like an actual website with different drinks from different parts of Africa. That's lit.
Yeah.
That's lit. I love seeing like black people in spaces that we haven't grown up knowing that we could be in.
Yeah, even alcohol. It's
really-
like,
yeah,
tell your
like,
parents
especially
I'm going to
alcohol,
sell.
yeah.
I'm saying, go to uni to sell alcohol.
That's
Yeah, your parents will be like, huh?
That is so funny. No, yeah, that's so true. Oh, that's amazing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having
Really
me.
appreciate it. People, support like you always do.
Absolutely.
Afro Palm Spirits, man. It's the future.
That's right. Dead ass.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Did we get in people's journal?
Reaction.
All right. Let's get into reaction.
Welcome to the reaction, people. Our sports headlines. Esther's favourite part of the show.
I live for it. You see, I'm dressed like a football manager today.
So, in sports news, where shall we start? What's happened that anybody's in? Oh, James Maddison
Gone to Spurs.
gone to Spurs.
Yeah, 40 million.
40 million. Good
Yeah.
business, man. Good business. I think he's he should be a good fit for them, innit?
Yeah, but decent fit. Yeah, I don't think it puts him over the top or anything like that. But it's a nice little addition.
He won't stay there. He needs another move.
Nice little addition.
What does he get? 12 months, 18 or something like that? Should be out of there. But yeah,
nice
big
little
up
addition
him.
still.
I can't think. Is there any other news? Any other transfer?
I don't think so. I don't think there's nothing else pressing. There's nothing else we really need to discuss.
Is that calling in? No.
So good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello?
Is he using
Hello?
voice
I'm
machines?
calling in for the...
Huh?
What?
Those voice machines. Hello.
I was calling for
What
Yusuf
is-
something.
Huh?
Hello?
Yeah, we
Good
can
mo-
hear
yeah,
you,
we
but
can hear you.
you're
Good
kind
morning.
of choppy.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So who?
Good morning, Esther. I'm calling... I'm the quote.
It's calling for the quote.
Yeah. So who's
Yeah,
the?
it was Margs.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, Yusuf's quote, yeah?
Well done, man.
You gonna
Why
send
am
him
I
a
in
ticket?
it?
Come on,
What
man.
happened to me?
No, it's your bet.
What?
It's your bet.
Said it what?
Well, you didn't even know it was your own
What's
bus.
going on?
Who did?
You.
No,
When he was, I said that's me. When he was,
Yeah, and he said they spoiled
I
it.
know, but I ignored it. I didn't mean to spoil it for everyone.
he said one word and I knew it was me.
Weapon.
No, what are we saying? Are you sending him the tickets?
We're at, this was
Yes,
your
yes,
mission. Yes. Okay, cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, man. Yes.
We're sending you the tickets, Kenny. Send
us
your emails.
and
Send
we'll
your
send
email.
you the ticket. Thank you very much.
Alright, cool.
Bless.
Send that through. Thank you.
Voice is deep.
And why are you using that machine for as
That
well?
is
He's using the
machine.
machine.
What?
That's
You
not his real voice.
can't
Why?
trick me.
I'm not having that. That's not his real voice.
That is not your voice.
That's the machine.
That's not your voice. It's not an auction. What
Like-
this is?
I don't understand. Like, we're gonna see you on Saturday, Kenny.
And
Like,
you're not gonna sound the same. Because now when I say hello to you, now you sound like me. Where do we go from here?
Oh yeah, also, before we move on to the other sports news, I was sent this in by a listener. They want me to get it. So. Shout out to Jamaica. They beat Trinidad 4-1. No, obviously not. You team lost.
Okay, Brent, okay.
Reggae boys.
Damari Gray, Leon
The
Bailey,
name of the team?
Antonio. You couldn't
That's
deal with
their
them.
nickname. The Reggae boys. The Reggae boys beat. Brent, what's your team's nickname?
We don't have one.
Trini boys.
Trinidad boys.
You need to get Dwight York and Shaka Hislop back.
Yep. You laughing, Priscilla?
What, I guess
They
that's
were
why.
my favourites.
Stuck on you. So yeah, Jamaica slapped Trinidad 4-1, you know. Yeah. All right, let's get on to the main event, shall we?
What happened?
Arsenal and West Ham have agreed a deal for Declan Rice, 105 million, 100 million plus 5 million in add-ons. Now they're just sorting out the particulars, the T's and C's, all that stuff, innit? So yeah, it's virtually a done deal.
How do you feel,
We
man?
got it over the line. I'm happy that my team got their target, but I'm not over the moon. I've never been a big Declan Rice fan, but I'm happy that my team got the player that they want.
What do you think about the price tag?
I'm surprised that Arsenal have
Gone there.
are the team who have spent the most money on an English player. Like, this is the biggest transfer. The last was Jack Grealish, which was 100. So a team which has been synonymous with not spending money has now, you know, the record fee for an English player, which is quite ironic.
This is your biggest transfer in your history.
Price-wise, yeah.
No.
Not player-wise.
100%. Probably the only one who can come close to, well, might even question it is Sol Campbell.
Our biggest transfer in history is Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry was nobody when he came, bro.
No, I'm not. Yeah, but I'm talking about what he done.
No, that's not how it works, bro. You
That's
can't
how it
do-
works for me.
No, that's stupid. You can't
That's
do
not stupid.
hindsight. What?
It's not
It was
stupid.
Ozil.
What?
It was Ozil.
No, it
Yes,
weren't.
it was.
No, it weren't.
He
Ozil
was
came
bigger
from
than Sol Campbell.
Ozil came from Real Madrid.
No, in terms.
Precisely.
Yeah, Ozil and Kadira, yeah, was buzzing more when they went to Real Madrid, when they got signed, bro. He never left Real Madrid with the same reputation that he did before when he went there. It wasn't like he was on the top trajectory like that and he was going that way when you sort of got him. That you're talking crazy.
The
This
biggest
is
transfer was Ozil. I'm
What?
finished talking.
okay, but it's wrong, bro. Like, one was to
Listen,
use. I don't know. Obviously,
listen.
Brent's old enough to remember to take Sol Campbell from Spurs. Yeah, at the time of massive.
We all know to remember.
This is arguably. This is a top boy midfielder who could arguably walk into any midfield in the world and start and play. This is a massive player. This is a massive transfer. This is Henry, Vieira, all these men. I'm not even comparing them. When you bought them, they were nobody. These weren't massive transfers when you got them, bro. That's not what I'm talking about, bro.
I understand what you're saying.
So there's nothing to question if you understand what I'm telling you. This is
That
probably one of
understand
your.
you doesn't mean I agree.
You don't need to agree with the truth. This is Jesus' biggest transfer, bro. This is
to
big.
agree with the truth.
No, it doesn't matter whether you agree with the truth or not. This is big
Then
business.
why are you so hyped?
Hyped about what?
Why are you so if it doesn't matter?
I'm having a conversation. What are you talking about?
You're a bit hyped though.
This is how I talk. You've been with me for fucking years, bro. We're doing this every day. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Alright.
Anyway, this is Uzo's biggest. This is Uzo's biggest transfer in user history. It's a big deal. It is surprising that you've actually done it.
It's a big it's a big deal as in money wise, right?
No,
No,
okay,
it is a big deal
okay.
money wise. Okay,
You know-
cool. Wait, hear me out.
What's he gonna?
Wait,
What's you know
listen.
this question? You know this?
Oh,
You know this
God.
contract. What's it gonna be? 5. It's probably gonna be a 5+1 if they're sensible. It's probably gonna be a 5+1.
Yeah.
And what's he? 24.
Yeah.
No, 25. What's it?
Yeah.
24.
24, 20. Yeah, I think 24.
So his next contract finishes at like, he's going to be like 29. He's going to be like 29, 30. No one else ain't going to come for him. This is him. Like, he's gave his life, his career to Arsenal, yeah, at a time when he's sought after. He's a top. This is a massive, massive coup. Everything. It's a big deal, bro. It's not just because it's 100 million. Like, I'm surprised that they actually spent the money because Arsenal always mess around. Like, use up. And I think obviously Arteta understands the importance of it and how big of a issue it is, and that's probably why he's pushed it through to go and do it. Like, it's not something to be taken lightly, bro.
No, I'm not taking it lightly. I'm just, you know what it is? I've always been behind this transfer because I know this is the player my team wanting it. Prior to Arsenal wanting Declan Rice, I've never been a big Declan Rice fan. Not because I don't think he's a good player. He wasn't really on my radar. I know he's a good player, but the prospect of signing Declan Rice was only exciting because I know that's the player my team wants. And obviously he'll be a great addition to our midfield. And it's a big signing because of who he is to West Ham, who he is in the England mix-up as well, and obviously the price we're paying for him, right? It's a big deal, but you know what it is? I'm not going to get too...
You just wait and see. I am pissed.
I want to wait and see.
Yeah, I'll wait and
I'm
see.
not convinced. I want to wait and see.
Unless he's just unlucky. I don't know what could happen for him to flop. But if he stays in keeping with just how he's been moving, just since he's coming to the Premier, this is such a massive move for you. That you don't even get it. Like, you don't even get it.
No, we get it. But you know
No,
what it is?
he's made you lot. He's improved you lot so much, bro. Already. You can kiss your
No,
teeth.
who's
It don't
you lot?
matter
Who's
because
you lot?
we do a reaction every morning.
Yeah, no.
So we'll just give it time, innit? It's
No,
easy
no,
for me
no,
to
no,
say
no,
here.
but don't-
I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
but the thing
a
is-
few months.
Wait for what? You
For
haven't.
the penny, I'm gonna wait for when we're sitting here and you're in there salivating, talking about rice and
Oh,
you get what I'm trying to say, and then I'll be like,
relax,
and then and then I'll be like,
No, but listen. Brent, remember, Brent didn't want Declan Rice. Yeah, so he's the guy you need to talk to. He said he prefer Caicedo to Rice. He's never been a fan, even in the early days when we were talking about Rice. Remember, he didn't even get it. Remember them conversations?
Yeah,
he didn't get it. He was asking you, tell me about Rice.
yeah.
So I know Declan Rice is a good player, but I'm trying to say, yeah, it's a big signing. Especially, like I just said, like Arsenal, a team who doesn't put down big money, has paid over 100 million for a player, right? It's a big deal, but I'm not going to get super gassed right now until the season starts.
I don't even want to see it. This is mental.
You know what I mean?
I don't even want to see it.
And then the whole Man City thing as well. Who was that reporter who was talking on TalkSport who said that she believes that Man City never even wanted
Loki.
Rice, and that they put a bid in as a favour to. The story is obviously Arteta called Pep, put a bid in for us, help the process go through in it, because their bid and their interest in him seemed very wishy-washy.
Right, everybody laughing at her, but it looks like she was right.
Yeah, I think
They
she's right.
pulled the bid out. They didn't even remember we were talking about yesterday. They didn't even go in for they didn't even amend it. They just pulled out.
They pulled out.
They dropped the meaty bid. They got to drop this. Actually, now
Yeah.
we changed our mind. We're not involved anymore. That is shaky. That is shaky. So everyone laughing at her. Might want to take your laughs back, boy. She might have been onto something. That was bait.
I remember her initial video got deleted.
TalkSport deleted,
Yeah,
didn't it?
it got deleted, and then someone recorded it and put it back up. But I think it's valid. I'm not because like the interest didn't seem concrete. It didn't seem strong enough, and for them to just pull out just like that, it was like, what was the point? It just helped Arsenal basically.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Arsenal got Rice. We got Havertz now. That was unveiled yesterday. So
Timber's coming.
Timber's coming, and then I'm hearing Lavia. I'm hearing we're still, interested in Caicedo to a degree. So yeah, Arsenal doing good things right now, man.
You don't want to win the league now or something?
Do we want to win the league?
I'm saying, after all of that, don't you want to win it now?
Isn't that always the aim?
How has it always been the aim? When's it always been the aim for you?
Isn't that the aim of the game? Winning the league?
No, because only last year you just got back in the race, had a word about it, so it's not always the aim. I'm saying, with all that money you've got spent, Arteta's on 600.
But what question are you asking me?
I'm saying you're ready to next season when you go into it now. Obviously you're going to have an adult window. You've improved it. You're doing stuff. So expectations change, no?
I hope Arsenal do the same thing they done last season, but they go all the way.
Be at top all the way and then.
But go all the way. I hadn't finished.
Oh, okay. So.
But go all the way.
Yeah, you should. What do you say, Brent? Pressure to win something? Do you feel like you should be winning something
There's
now?
no pressure to win something.
Do you feel like? Do you feel like you should be winning anything now?
I told you that I want to win some trophies now. Yeah, it'll be nice.
All right then.
Feel good.
No man, it's a good look for you, lot, man. If I'm wrong about Declan Rice, it's a sad story because something horrible has happened over there.
Wrong way. No one's arguing about Declan Rice.
No, I just think he's gonna be.
I am.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
But hold on. What's your argument?
This is my argument, right? This idea that he's basically trying to push onto me is that he's the most amazing midfielder that's going to transform us to the nth degree. Bollocks.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of him playing to know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Other aspects of our team will make it click. If
said
that's what you're
other
talking about,
aspects.
then cool.
All right, you just
And
see
we
how
never
you play ball.
we never finished spending yet. We never finished. I believe at the end of the window, we make a couple other acquisitions.
Yeah, no, we will.
Once it is, we push out a couple of players.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, go win the league, man. Go forth, prosper, man.
This is the same guy that said that there was never any Arsenal and Man United rivalry.
Never. Well, I said you ain't
All
gonna.
you can talk about is Arsenal. All you talk about is Arsenal.
I said you ain't gonna challenge.
That's all you talk
next
about is
year,
Arsenal.
but now you've got Rice. That's all changed, man. You should be up there now, man.
We were up there last season.
All right, you know my favourite on that.
We were up there last season.
You was.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. There's nothing else here, is there? All right, cool. Let's get into Out Ere. Well, Press number 5, Brent. We've got a video to play for you because E-Man wanted to see this.
Nah, this anyway.
So don't put this on my name.
This is not my doing.
Man said I said that off air.
The heck?
Is this what email is?
It is communion.
That is so nasty. So then,
Is she lactating?
so is he gonna get healed from that?
I think so, yeah.
What's his problem? Like, he looks healthy and well.
Now
Is it the pasta?
How can you say now he is?
that
What, she's the pastor?
She's a pastor.
Yes.
She runs the
Titties being
church.
slapped on.
Yes.
So those are divine titties?
I'm not getting involved with this.
What?
I'm not gonna be held up at the pearly gates. I'm trying to just go straight in. Every time, don't look at look over there. That's who sent you the video.
Those are divine breasts.
Bosom.
Bosoms of life.
That is foolishness, man. That is absolute foolishness.
Is that what's happening in church? Yeah.
It's a shame, you know. It's a shame. Because you'll never see this in a white church. This is true.
You know what?
All them jokes people been running.
Yeah.
We don't suck no titties in my church. We do not do that. We are there with holy hands.
I don't like that you said that, and that's actually probably true, you know.
It's not probably, it is. Actually, no, to be fair though, those mega white churches, they're the ones with the cults.
Yeah, they're doing worse behind the camera, though.
Yeah, but
They're the ones where you... No.
Fair play. No, I hear that, though.
No.
At least it's behind closed doors, though.
No, but they're
There's
the
something to be
ones
said
where,
for that.
No, but they're the ones when you investigate, everyone on the farmland has the same daddy. It's all from the lead pastor. So I don't really know. You just gotta go where spirit leads. The good spirit leads.
The congregation must be packed every week, though.
Of course.
telling you.
Element. It's 98% to 2% ratio women. And women are hoping at some point she's gonna call on them and their magical breasts to do some work.
The women are going to the parties when they need to be going to the church.
That's what they mean. It's ridiculous, man.
Oh, man.
I hate to see it. All right.
This getting to actual, man. Church is done at here. Sorry.
Never thought I'd see the day. Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe as well, and drop this into all your group chats. We also had a link to our lovely guest Priscilla's website where you can buy palm spirits, which I think we should all just go forward with that term now, and it will catch on. Yeah. You know, black people, we are the culture. We set trends. So if we all start doing palm spirits, by next year, watch Kim Kardashian and them. Have whatever they have. But no, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also follow us on our social media platforms. The Day After TNB. If you want to send your voice notes and text in, the number is 075 64841073. Big up the men who called in today for the tickets. Tomorrow.
We shall send you your tickets today.
They shall send you tickets today, and tomorrow we'll be doing for the girlies. For the girls.
For the girls.
So if you want to inquire about the show as well, feature on the show, you can email the team thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Thank you for joining us, Priscilla. Just one more time, let them know what the social media pages are, please.
Yeah, at Aphro Spirit UK, at Coastline Spirit, and at Aphro Spirit. So APHRO SPIRIT.
That's right. Thank you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Peace.